The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 420, being recorded on March the 27th, 2023. I am one of your hosts, the Jesus who is also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today, I'm joined by my friend from Weed, California, Gunny Chief Henley Mayo is back. Welcome back, Gunny. Welcome.
Yo, man. Happy 420, guys.
Yeah. 420, yeah.
It's not 420 yet. It's episode 420. We're a month early, but I had a gummy and I'm drinking Coke Move transformation flavored cola.
Okay. Oh, look at Ryan over there with the vape pen.
Oh, he's got the weed, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow, man. I'm here too, man. Can you believe it? It's so awesome, man. This is 420 and I'm here, man. It's so good.
From the Great White North, we have Ryan Gibson, Gib877777.
Oh, wow, man. What's going on, guys? This is another episode of Horrible Gamers, man. This is 420. We should do this, all right? Let's do it.
Yeah.
And from Little Ohio, where weed is not legal yet.
What?
The Mayo, Steve Willier is back. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, yes, it is not legal here yet. So,
to be Republicans there.
What a loser. Boo. Boo the East Coast. Boo.
But hey, it is good to be here after a 3-week absence. I hear the AI Mayo did a good job last week.
You did a good job.
Yeah, you did.
That guy sounded a lot like you.
It did.
There's a couple times I was like, oh, I don't think I would have said that, but it was pretty good.
I mean, that was just like the trial version. So
yeah, maybe we paid for the full version. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe we use it on Gunny next week.
Once it ended, we had to stop the program.
Yeah, it was like, damn. But it was actually pretty good. I mean, it knew about the Camaro. It knew about the things going on. So, I mean, it was pretty good. Pretty good AI there we had.
Man, not too shabby.
Yeah, welcome back to Real Mayo. This is the Real Mayo, people.
It's nice to be back. I'm in the computer chair and all comfortable and ready to go.
This is the real one. I hope.
Maybe.
Yeah, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're 420ing it up in this bitch. Follow us at horrible gamers on the Twitter machines. You can also leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. Also on Spotify, you can rate us on your phone. And on Facebook, you could join our community, Horrible Gamers Podcast community on Facebook. It is a closed group. Anything you post in there stays in there. There's also a page you can like. Yep, that's right. You can also support the show with the monies by heading on over to Patreon at patreon.com/horrible gamers, like our friends Leahy. Okay. Leahy. Put the list here. Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, Chad, Henley M, Port Chapu, Nipron, the best HGP host ever, Edward, Big Boba Balls with the money sign. Okay, it's like
Boba Balls, I had them today.
Big Boba Ball money sign in Ohio, all caps. I don't know what that. I mean, no cap, fam. Jonathan Titan, Big D Hall, and the first HGP Patreon, Bill, still even the biggest D, Garner the second, the Elden Lord. Anyways, big shout out to all of them for being the Patreon machines. Yeah. And you can also head on over to Redbubble, get yourself some gear over at Redbubble. Maybe you find some nice like stickers you can put on your bong, some nice socks you can wear, maybe a clock to keep the time to find out when it's 420. You gotta watch the clock.
Oh, wow, man. Don't miss 420.
Oh, man.
Wow, man, it went by so fast.
Yeah, and then you gotta like watch the clock, man. It then turns to 420, and it's like it's 420. Yeah.
And then you look at the clock and go, oh wow, man.
421. Let's party.
Wow.
Never stop.
Anyways, head on over there, get yourself some gear over at Redbubble. And a big shout out to Banto Menk for the intro music and Broke for free for the outro music to the podcast. And let's talk about video games and stuff. Video games and stuff. Mayo.
And stuff, huh? And
what kind of stuff?
All right, guys. So this week I played some games. Okay.
No.
Maybe I played some games.
Wait. Let me guess.
Okay, go ahead.
You guess one right, I'll guess the other.
I'll guess the other one.
You played Wobbly Life.
No.
Dead by Daylight?
No.
No, you got
Pepper's
wrong
World
answers only.
Adventures.
No.
Lego Indiana Jones.
No.
Damn it. Pinball Effects.
No.
Minecraft.
No.
Shit.
You guys really
we
suck
are
at this
fucking off.
game.
We don't know
Come on,
you, man.
You guys fucking suck. Damn.
I know what you played. I know what you played. Jesus.
You know what I played. You all know what I played this week. I played some more motherfucking Call of Duty and Battlefield. Now, Call of Duty has a new map, of course. And dude, like, there's only like 16 days left on that battle pass, and I got like 2 little sections unlocked. Out of the whole battle pass, I got like 2 little sections, and I'm like,
You said that was gonna happen.
Yeah,
You knew it.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucked up. All right, I should have spent that money like on a skin pack or something. What the fuck was I thinking?
Why? Why did you get a skin pack?
Okay, because see, the skin pack would actually just give me the gun that I want and the skin that I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why?
As opposed to the battle pass, the battle pass just gives me random shit until I get to the gun.
I see what you're saying. You get to choose what gun you want instead of just being random, right?
Yeah. Like
gotcha.
You know, I have to work like in the battle pass. You have to work your way to the gun to get the gun, and it's like I'm never gonna get there. But if I just buy the gun or the skin or whatever, then I just get it.
Oh, so you want pay to win?
Yeah. I like that. That sounds like a good idea.
I want to spend money to get what I want instead of working for it.
You know, like video games should have this thing where like you could just pay money and they just give you what you want.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't that be a good idea?
Uh-huh.
If like all these like
a new concept.
If all these video games just had like this, like, you know, I want to level up really fast, but I don't want to play the game. I just want to level up. Can I just pay to level up? That would be a cool idea. Like, I just want
websites out there dedicated to just that.
You know, I just want to like level up really fast and get all the cool stuff, like the cool skins. You know, like if I was playing like a Star Wars game, you know, I just want to be Darth Vader. Nobody wants to be no hobo Jedi. You want to be the cool guy, right? So you just pay to get the cool stuff. Yeah, that'd be nice. And it'd be even better if they put him in loot crates. So, like, when you open the crate, you don't know what's in the crate, but then you can spend more money to get more crates.
Damn, there's a good idea.
It's a really good
Sell
idea.
that to the kids.
I hope no one from EA is listening to this.
You know, they could just put, like, all this stuff in random crates, and you just keep paying them money. And like give them like
until you get the thing you want, and like eventually, once you spend thousands of dollars, you can have the thing. Then you finally get it, and you're like, "Yes, I finally did it."
I would feel really accomplished if that's the way video games were.
Unless it was 420, then you'd be like,
"Oh,
man, I finally got it, man. It's so good.
Oh, man, it's so cool.
Oh wow, man! It finally came out of that box. I spent like $3,000, man, and I finally got it."
You
know how many ounces of weed that is, man?
That's a lot. Anyways. So been playing a lot of that stuff, but I also played some other games this week, gentlemen. A new game came out this week. 2 new games came out that I played, actually.
Wait, what? You played something new?
2 new games. 2 new games.
Resident Evil 4 remake?
Resident Evil 4 remake came out this week, and I actually did end up picking it up on the PC.
Oh, nice.
I've been playing it. I'm not
Heard
that
good things
far
about
into it. I'm like maybe I think I finished the first chapter, so maybe like 40 minutes in, an hour in, something like that. But yeah, it's kind of cool playing the game because it looks like a modern game. And I remember back in the day, like the original one. I don't remember playing it, but I remember watching people play it. And it must have been somebody that I knew that had the GameCube.
It's funny you say that, Jesus, because that Resident Evil in particular is one of the only Resident Evils I've never finished.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played all the way through that one for some reason.
So, like, you guys know the story. Pretty much, you're Leon or whatever, and the whole shit in Raccoon City happened, and all that bullshit happened. And now you're part of, like, some special government team or whatever that works for the president. And apparently the president's daughter got kidnapped, or somehow she got kidnapped by these weird motherfuckers in the forest. So you go out there to look for her. And of course, like, all this shit goes sideways really quick, you know? Like, all of a sudden you realize, like, these people are fucking weird. They're all fucking, like, brainwashed or something, you know? Something's going on here. And you have to rescue her, and then you have to get her out of there or whatever. So it's a cool game. I like the graphics are solid, man. The game looks like a modern fucking game. If you've never played the original, like I haven't, I mean, you just fucking, you're like, these graphics, it's a new game. It's a new game. Now the mechanics do make it feel like an old game because everything's kind of like a corridor. You know, you're kind of just going down the same little path, kind of. You know, there is little sections that are a little bit more open where you get into combat, but most of it is like we're kind of gonna guide you through this. You know, you're gonna have to go this way. You have to keep walking this way. But the controls feel pretty good. The shooting is not the greatest, but it's doable in the game, you know? So I started off with the pistol. I think I now have a shotgun and like a bolt gun.
The shooting not being good is kind of part of the game, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the scariness of it. You know what I mean?
It makes it tense, right? Yeah, because you're trying to fucking get the shots off it. It's kind of
the same as the way the tank controls used to be, right? Like, it was sort of part of the tension, the you know? It's better that it's not like that anymore, but it was part of the game back then, you know?
Yeah, no, it makes you feel a little bit stressed out.
Wasn't that the first game that they actually went away from that? It was was a little less tanky, right? Yeah, and they had the
But I think that just the GameCube control was so fucking shitty or weird that it still felt really awkward, I think, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember watching the person that was playing this game when I was a kid. When the character turned, it was like a snap turn. It wasn't like a smooth turn. It was like the whole screen would turn, and like now you're facing this direction, and the whole screen would turn. Now you're facing
almost
this
like
direction.
An auto target is snapping you to certain sections and stuff.
Now it's not like that. It's like a smooth. It's like, I don't know, like any other game where like you're smoothly turning the camera.
Well, it's like the other two remakes too, right? They weren't tank controls either. They were like a smooth sort of moving around with the static background stuff.
His aimbot over there is probably what it was. You need to turn that shit off before the game play
it. Anyways, so it's kind of funny because the characters in the game, you're like in South America or something like that. It's some forest in, I don't know, Bolivia or some shit. But all the characters speak Spanish, so I understand what they're saying. And it's just kind of hilarious to me, the lines, because they're all kind of repeating the same lines over and over. Like, it's like the same shit, but they're all saying it. And it's just kind of hilarious to me listening to them because they're like, "Where are you? I can hear you. Where are you? I can hear you." But like, they're all saying it like in different ways, you know, but it's the same fucking shit that they're saying over and over and over, you know? So it's like you're hiding in a bush and all. And one thing I noticed about the AI in this game is that they're going to notice you like fast. Like, if you're just even like slightly out of cover, you don't even have to be like close to them. You could be like pretty far away from them. But if you're out of cover, they will just notice you, and everyone in that little section that you're in, they all automatically lock onto you. They like automatically all come after you, and so now you're being chased by all these fucking assholes with pitchforks and shovels, and Some guys throw axes at you. Some of them throw dynamite at you, which is kind of like cool because you can shoot the dynamite in their hand and it blows up. So that's kind of a neat little thing you could do. But yeah, I've been playing it. It's kind of cool. The bear traps suck because you'll be walking and all of a sudden you get caught in a bear trap. And Leon has to do this whole little stupid animation where he's like unjamming his foot from the bear trap. And like these guys are coming at you. And you're like, fuck, I can't shoot my gun. These fuckers are still coming at you all slow and shit. And so yeah, that's kind of like pretty cool, you know. I kind of cheesed it in one section, Mayo. So like,
I climbed watch a YT vid.
No. I climbed into I was on the second floor. Like I was in this little section I couldn't figure out. And I was like, I'm just going to loot all this shit. So I climbed into the window on like this balcony. And like, it's like a platform and there's a guy standing there and he turns around and he sees me, right? And he's like, there he is. And so I fucking, like, I shoot him in the kneecap and like, what's kind of cool in the game that when you shoot people in the leg, they'll fucking like fall down a little bit, kind of like stumble. And you can run up to them and you can, I think on the controller is like the A button because I was using the Xbox controller. It's like the A button, I think. And you press that and like Leon will do like a roundhouse kick and fucking kick him in the head and kill them, which is fucking like super intense. So I did that, right? But then like all of a sudden downstairs, because I remember walking by that barn or whatever, and I remember the outside being locked, like the door was locked. I couldn't get in, but I somehow found my way in through the second floor in the window. And like all of a sudden, like downstairs, I hear like banging on the door, like boom, like really loud banging, man. Like somebody's trying to get into the fucking barn. And like you hear all these guys outside screaming, let's get him, let's get him. There he is, let's get him. And I'm on top with my pistol, right? I'm just chilling on the fucking second floor waiting for these guys because there's a ladder right there. And these guys, as they're climbing up the ladder, I'm just fucking headshotting them. And then this one guy comes in, he breaks the door down, and he has like a fucking chainsaw or some shit. And he's wearing like a fucking, it's like Man Bear Pig, dude. He has like a pig head. Like, I'm not even kidding. He's like a guy, right? But
Man Bear Pig!
But he has like a fucking hog in his head. Like, it's like a fucking hog head on his head. Yeah. And he's fucking running. He's like, I'm going to get you. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. So he climbs up the ladder. I'm fucking shooting him. He doesn't die. So I jump off the balcony down to the bottom. And then he starts to jump back down and I climb up the ladder. So I'm just going in a fucking circle, dude, up and down the ladder, jumping down and going up, jumping down and going up to fucking kill this guy. And I finally got him. It was fucking hilarious. I was just like, I felt pretty good because I was like, yeah, I cheesed the fucking game. That motherfucker wasn't going to get me. Yeah, I did kill him, but it took me like a lot of bullets. It like fucking legit took like 3 magazines. I used up like all my ammo trying to shoot this fucking guy to kill him. Because I missed a few shots, you know, because he's fucking moving and shit. It was pretty intense, Ryan. But I got him. I got Man Bear Pig.
Good job.
Yeah.
Nice. Did he drop like a flower so you can?
No, he dropped like those rubies. I don't know if are you playing this game, Gunny?
No. I didn't buy it but I'll explain why later.
They'll drop these jewels, which is like a ruby or a diamond or something, and you can use these jewels to like put them in like these treasures that you find around the map in chests and shit.
I did see that on a Twitch.
And you use that to sell that to the vendor, and he'll give you a shitload of money for these treasures. And then like if you put the diamond on the treasure, like inlay, because there's like inlays on the treasure piece or whatever it is. You can put these diamonds or these jewels in there, and that'll increase the value of the thing that you're selling to the guy, you know? So that's what I did. I put like these rubies in there, and it made the price from like 4,000 just for the treasure by itself to like 13,000 because I put these fucking rubies in there or whatever, and it made it like a super treasure or something. I don't know. That's how I bought my shotgun, because the shotgun was fucking expensive. And so yeah, I bought the shotgun. The shotgun's pretty sick. It makes people go like flying, like you fucking shoot them and they're like fucking, there's like an old grandma coming at you with the pitchfork and you just fucking blow her away with the shotgun. Like, get the fuck away from me, grandma. Boom, you fucking blow her away. She fucking flies 20 feet back and you're like, yeah, I shot that lady. Fuck her.
Nice thing about shotguns is like, if it's like a normal enemy, at least you can shoot the enemy. Once they fall down, like you can run past them if you need to.
Yeah, you could do that. I've been doing that, but I kind of just try to kite them a little bit, you know. But there's a section that I was in the map, kind of like early in the game, where like it reminded me like of a Tomb Raider like level, where like there's like these like huts, but there's like these huts on the top, and there's like these walkways and shit. So there's people on the walkways on top shooting at you or like throwing shit at you and jumping down from the top. But there's also people coming out of the huts, and there's people coming out from the bottom, like on these ladders. And it's like these people were coming from everywhere, and I'm just fucking running around these fucking walkways, and I'm like, fuck, dude, there's people everywhere. And pretty much what I ended up doing is just using a lot of the weapons that I had at my disposal, because I think I had a grenade that I found. I had a flashbang that I found. So I'm like, fucking time to use the flashbang. I throw it at a group of people, and it fucking flashed them all, and it stunned them, and it kind of gave me a little bit of breathing room, and I was able to go in there and fucking roundhouse kick a few of them, shoot a couple with my shotgun, and then back away and reload. Because every time you reload your guns, it takes a second, you know? Like he's not a Call of Duty player. This motherfucker takes a while to reload his guns, you know?
Resident Evil, yeah.
Yeah, he's like taking his time reloading the shotgun. I'm like, come on, bro, I'm trying to fucking shoot these guys. Hurry up. You know, he's fucking trying to fucking pump the shotgun, you know, you're fucking loading it. It's like, God, this takes forever. But yeah, it's a cool game so far, Gunny. I look forward to rescuing the president's daughter. I still haven't found her. I found a guy that knows where she's at, but then he like left me, and he took off running, and he fucking betrayed me or something. So now I gotta go find him and beat his ass so he could tell me where she's at, and then I'm gonna go get her and rescue her. But yeah, it's Resident Evil. It's kind of weird because there's not a lot of zombies, but there is zombies. So like sometimes you kill people, right? You shoot them, and they'll be dead. But then you kind of see them on the ground, and you have the option to like stab them with the knife, because all your items break, like your knife, they'll break and shit. But like sometimes if you see like a body on the ground, it'll be twitching, like kind of twitching, like, ugh. And you're like, oh fuck, I know what that means in Resident Evil.
Right. They'll get up, they'll be twice as strong. Yeah.
You can run up to them though, and you can stab them in the head really quick with your knife while they're on the ground, and it'll just finish them off or whatever. But there's been a few times where they have caught me on surprise. Like I'll be like I said, during that whole scene where I was in like that Tomb Raider level, there was a few of them that turned into zombies that started coming after me that I didn't kill because I was too busy running away from the mob of people, right? So these guys just turn into zombies, and they come chasing you, and then you start pumping bullets into them, and they just don't die, dude. You know, you're legit shooting these guys like 10 times, and you're like, how the fuck is this guy not dead yet? You know, like, I've shot you 6 times, guy. Fuck.
Right in the head, right? Like they're still going.
Yeah. They'll be like, coming at you, fucking just unloading on this guy. You know, you're hitting him in the chest, dead on the chest, like 4 times, Mayo, and he's just not dropping. And you're like, fuck, man.
You're right. You're like, damn it.
That's like my
wasted all my bullets
experience, my Resident Evil 2 remake experience, right? Where I actually still have that save where I'm at the very end, but I don't have like a fucking Uzi to take him down. Like I've got every other weapon, but it's like, oh, you need to have that weapon because you're gonna need it, and it's hard as balls. Like I made it all the way to the very end, like it's the end of the game, but yeah,
you can't beat the guy.
Fucking bullet sponge, yeah.
And
I assume you pretty much have it has ultra wide support and everything. Like pretty much all the new games does. So they did kind of change it up, and I bet it probably looks pretty good with the blacks on that OLED. Screen.
Oh, it looks fucking great, dude. Like, yeah, it looks really fucking good. Like I was telling you, man, even the cutscenes, everything has been remade, so like everything looks modern. It looks like a new game. Like they could have released this as new Resident Evil, and you would have believed it. You would have been like, yeah, this is a new Resident Evil. Like,
well, if you hadn't played it before,
yeah, if you haven't played it before, right? So like, yeah, literally, this could be like a new game. Like for me, it is a new game. You know, I know it's a remake, but in my experience, it's a new game.
Yeah, it's almost like a reimagining, right?
Yeah. Which I feel like some other companies could probably do this with some other titles. You know, like there's titles out there that I wish were remade like this. Like I'm thinking back,
Capcom's thing seems to be here right now, though. It's like remakes. You know, they just been really into
But like, I mean, I wish like some of the old games, like old classics, were like remade like this, man. Like you think about like if some of the Assassin's Creed games were remade with today's Assassin's Creed graphics, they would be fucking sick. They would look amazing. I mean, some of the gameplay mechanics would be a little like weird, because they've changed. But it would be cool to experience them. Anyways, yeah, so I played some Resident Evil 4 and I actually got it pretty cheap, Gunny. If you're looking to buy this on the PC, I highly recommend you go to CD Keys because I got the game for like $40. And I got it the day it came out for $40.
Nice.
So on Steam it was $60 and I got it for $40. And the crazy thing is when I redeemed the code, it still gave me all the pre-order bonuses. It's like, you unlocked this and this and that.
A lot lately.
I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I pre-ordered. Yeah, I got all this cool shit.
Yeah, it's not like the old day where, when we had a lot of physical editions.
You'll use for like 2 seconds and then never use again.
I don't even know how to use it, to be honest.
Got all this cool shit, man. It's so cool.
Shit, man. I don't even know how to use it. But there is DLC you can buy already for the game on Steam. You can look at the DLC list. Some is like sunglasses for Leon, a new outfit for him or whatever, like just dumb skins and shit. They all
so stupid, man.
They all cost like $3 too. Like each little piece, like the sunglasses cost $2. The jacket costs $4. The pants cost $2.
You were just saying earlier, Jesus, about how you wanted this. This is what you wanted.
I want to buy specifically what I want, not a battle pass.
You're right. But
I think if they had a Resident Evil battle pass.
If they had a battle pass, it would be kind of cool,
A season pass.
Give you a bunch of objectives in the game. You have to clear the first area without using a shotgun. Jesus is like, fuck.
Fuck, I'm dead. I'm not even gonna do this. Fuck this battle pass is trash.
You can't cheat. Pass. You can't use a ladder and loop around over and over. You must stand in a certain area.
You must fight Man-Bear Pig in the same level the whole time.
Yeah. You must not leave the second floor.
Shit. But yeah, cool game. I want to see what's going on in the game. There's like some cold shit going on, some weird shit. I don't know. People are sick or something. I don't know. Anyways, besides that, I actually played another new game this week. It's actually this game came out on, I believe it came out on the 23rd. So it would have been the end of last week, beginning of this week. It came out.
Was it Chi?
No, end of last week. So last Thursday, this game came out. So after last week's show, I went on Steam, started looking at new releases, and I found a game called Deceive Inc. Now, I remember specifically seeing a trailer for this game, I want to say during E3 last year. And no, but I don't think it was E3. I think it was one of those showcases that Microsoft does. Either Microsoft or Sony did it, where this game was showcased, and I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was the Microsoft or the PlayStation. But I don't remember it. So this game, has the aesthetic. It's like I want to say like a 70s, 80s. No, it's like not like a 60s. It has like a 60s vibe.
What was it called?
Deceive Inc. And Deceive Inc. is pretty much like if you ever played I don't know, have you guys ever played like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Where you're like disguised as like an NPC in the map, and then you have to like do objectives or like kill people and shit. Well, this is kind of the same thing. You're like it's like 60s style Mayo and Gunny and Ryan. Think of Austin Powers, okay? That's where I'm gonna put you there. Think of Austin Powers. Okay. That style, that kind of like style of like you're wearing like the weird outfits, like the fucking afros and like the fucking weird like the 60s vibe, spy shit, you got cool spy shit going on. And this game is multiplayer only. There's no single player. So you can play in solo mode or in a team mode. And the game starts off where you spawn in the map and you have to pick a spy that you want to be before the match begins. and they each have different abilities. So like some of them will be like, once you get spotted, if you get damaged, your character goes into like a super, like a no damage mode. So you don't get damaged for 2 seconds. Or like the other guy is like, this guy, he can, like if he gets damaged, he can like go back into cover like pretty quickly if you hide or something. And like they each have different types of weapons. Like one's carrying like a revolver that shoots kind of slow. The other chick, she has like a sniper rifle. The other chick has like a dual pistol setup. The other chick has like a submachine gun. They all have like different types of weapons on them. And anyways, you spawn in the map and you are an NPC. Like the game will start off and you're an NPC in the map. Now the job in the map, there's 3 objectives. The first objective is to disable the security in the vault. So there's 3 different, in the map, there'll be 3 different security, I want to say like checkpoints or like rooms that you have to like find a way into the room, you know? And when you get into the room, you disable the terminal, which takes like 5 seconds to do. And that disables that terminal. And when all 3 terminals in the map have been disabled either by you or by the other players in the game, the vault opens up. So now you have to make your way to the vault, and then you have to steal like this fucking, it'll be like a briefcase in like the special section of the vault.
Are you guys all working together, or are you?
You know, you're trying to beat the other spies to it.
Okay.
But like in the beginning phase, it's called the insertion phase. Like, so in the beginning, when the vault's locked down and you have to open it up, there's a timer. And then it'll say timer is 20 minutes. So you guys have 20 minutes to get that vault open. If not, the mission is filled for everybody. So if you get a thing, like say like somebody opens one of the vault checkpoints or whatever, it'll like you'll get an announcement that says the vault, somebody has activated one of the vault terminals. And then like the game will kind of give you like a quirky little like, hey, maybe somebody else is doing your job for you, or maybe you should get on your job and do your actual job instead of walking around or whatever. Like the game will give you like some stupid one-liner to like make fun of you. And then once the vault is open, you get into the vault, but the vault is not like a bank vault. It's not like you walk in and this is the vault. No, it'll be like, think of like that one game, Mayo, where you're the bad guy, like Evil Genius, where there's like a layer, right? Mm-hmm. So you go in and there's like scientists working and there's like security guards and there's scientists working everywhere. And you have to get into the specific room inside the vault to grab this briefcase and you got to get the fuck out. So there's an extraction point on the map. It's the same extraction point for everybody. And once you get there, you have to call the car and the car takes like, I don't know, 30 seconds, like 10 seconds to spawn in. And then you have to stand inside the circle where the car is parked for like 30 seconds for you to extract. During this whole fucking time, every other spy on the map knows that you have the case. Because once somebody grabs the case, it'll be like, okay, extraction is now happening. And it'll kind of ping the guy carrying the case. It'll ping that person for everybody on the map every like 5 seconds. So you got to keep fucking running, dude. Because every 5 seconds it's giving away your location. It's saying like, this guy's standing right here. He's right here. He's right here. So every 5 seconds you're trying to keep moving, right? And the shit gets pretty intense, man. Because like there was a few matches where like I intercepted the guy who stole the vault, the fucking case. And then I made it to the extraction. And fuck, dude, there was like 3 spies at the extraction just fucking waiting for me. They all had their guns out. They all had their guns out, fucking ready to shoot. I'm like, fuck. And so yeah, it's kind of like a cool game. It's kind of like hide and seek and do these objectives, and like you can find like these key cards, and these key cards open certain doors. Like the blue card opens all the blue doors, the red card opens all the red doors, the green card opens all the green doors, and like some sections of the map, guys, like you can go into it, but you will get spotted by the security or the people in there. So like if you're in a restricted area where like only the housekeeping staff can be in, you have to be disguised as the housekeeping staff. And now to get the disguise is pretty easy. You kind of you could walk up to any character in the game and you hold down the E key, I think, and it'll change to that person. Like you just hold it down, little meter will fill up, and then you disguise yourself as that character, as that NPC. So now your character looks like that NPC, right? And then You run around, you could do whatever you want as that NPC. So like if you're a security guard, you could pretty much get anywhere because security's kind of allowed everywhere. But if you're a housekeeper, maybe you can only go to certain sections of the map, right? If you're a scientist, when you're in the lab area or like the vault, it's easier to get around as a scientist than it is a security guard because the security guard isn't allowed where the scientists are allowed. So it's kind of like you playing like this hide and seek.
Hitman.
Yeah, like this Hitman style hide and seek type shit, right? Where you're switching up characters, you're switching up your outfits. It's a very cool little game, Mayo. I think it would be fun to play with friends. I just don't think any one of you guys would ever buy it. The game cost, I believe it was like $18. It's on the Steam sale right now. It was $18. I bought it just to try it out, but it was actually a lot of fun. I played for like 2 or 3 hours straight the other day. And I was having a blast with it. Like even the multiplayer was fun. I never figured out how to talk to the other people. There must be a push to talk, but I don't know which key it is. And like the game doesn't show any keybinds that I could see. So I don't know what the fuck the push to talk is. I tried control, I tried alt, it didn't work. I tried Z,
V,
it didn't work.
Or
I tried V, it didn't work. I don't know, man. I was trying different shit.
Sometimes T. You don't want to
Maybe
get
it's
recreative.
something, but like the team mode is kind of weird because there's 3 of you on the team and there's like 3 other teams on the map. So there's like 12 people on the map, but they're in teams, right? So like you think, okay, do I follow my teammates around? Like, is one of us the leader? Who the fuck is leading us? Where are we going? Which objective are we headed towards? It's kind of like, I kind of don't like the team mode as much because you end up, like, one of your guys will end up running off getting killed because he gets spotted by the other team, you know, because they find out, like you got to act like an NPC, man, when you're walking around the map because people will spot you, right? You can't just be running around because the NPCs don't just run around the map. You know, you can't be jumping around because people will be like, oh, the NPCs don't jump. That guy, why the fuck is he jumping? So yeah, so it's kind of like it's a cool little game. It's a spy versus spy game. And I recommend it for people that like games like that, like a kind of like I want to say, like I said, like an Assassin's Creed multiplayer style where you're kind of hiding from the enemy, but you're also like trying to spot them, you know. And it feels really cool when you're acting like an NPC, and then you spot the other guy. And you're like, oh, I know that's a guy. I know that's Mayo over there in that dress. That's fucking Mayo. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Not any dress over here. Come on.
And then you fucking
would wear a dress. Come on.
Then you fucking shoot him and
Get a brawl. I know you.
Yeah, I know that's Mayo. I see his big shiny bald head.
Cross-dresser.
Yeah. Okay.
Not climbing out of any Camaro in a dress, I hate to tell you.
And a wig.
But everything in this game, like I said, is very Austin Powers looking. So everything's very 60s looking.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, totally. Like the cars. The cars are totally like 60s, like spy cars or whatever. You know, like they have like the weird looking fin on the back of the car and shit.
Makes me think of God, what was that game? Vigilante 8? That kind of style.
Yeah. It almost kind of gave me like a Deathloop vibe, kind of.
Deathloop, 60s. Yeah.
But Deathloop is more dark and serious. This game is not that at all. This game is like a cartoon.
It's more cartoony, yeah. What was that shooter that was like that? There was a shooter that was like very 70s-ish. It was a long time ago. Fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a cool style.
Baby.
I keep thinking, for some reason, Nobody Saves the World, but I know that's not the. It's almost a Bond movie
game.
Yeah, but like it has a title that's like that. No one lives forever.
No one lives forever. Something.
Octopussy. That's the name of the movie. Google it.
But yeah, I enjoyed the game, and I don't know if this is on. I believe it has to be on consoles.
I was looking. It's on PlayStation 5, Series X and S, Windows. Well, this article is from 2022, but I saw it's on the Epic Store. It's on Steam, so it'll be on everything. And I know I saw this. Jesus, I I want to say I even saw it on console. Like I was looking through the store a few months ago because this game's already well over a year old. But I think it had like a free weekend you can play. Not recently, but
how is it over a year old? It literally just came out.
Yeah, no, it says November 2022. Initial release date.
I know what it was. That was probably a beta or something, or like Epic exclusive.
Or like I'm thinking Epic is what it was, like an early access.
Because it says here I'm looking. This is where I bought it on CD keys for $12. I'm lying. I didn't pay $20 for this shit. I bought it for $12.
Yeah, because the feature is to download it on Epic. That's
on CD keys, Mayo. This game is $12.89. That's where I bought it. I think that's where I bought it. Anyways,
you supporting the CD keys over there, huh?
$12.89. Dude, I mean, how are you gonna beat that? $13 for a game that I played for 3 hours. That's like
exactly.
Cheap as fuck. That's like a movie ticket, bro. Literally. and I had more fun than I would at the movies.
Yeah, dude, I was right. No one lives forever. Oh, you can't see it because of this stupid
the thing.
Yeah, but the game was called No One Lives Forever and it had the same sort of art style.
Yeah, it's a very cool little game, man. And like some of the gadgets that you have as a spy are pretty cool. Like one of them is you could scan like a piece of furniture, Mayo, like a couch or like a fucking table or a chair, and you turn into the table and you turn into the couch. Whatever you scan, you turn into. And now you're in the room just chilling, waiting for the spy to come in there to do some shit, and then you could fucking like pop out and fucking start shooting them and shit.
Surprise!
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of like prop hunt in Call of Duty or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say like prop hunt.
Yeah.
There's an X and
like
S
that
version on Xbox and for $20.
Yeah, so check it out if you're interested in something like that. It's like I said, new release on Steam. It says here March 21st.
Yeah. See that because I still see there's a beta when I search for it in the store on console. Like
it's available on the Epic store as well if you guys prefer to support Epic over Steam. But very cool little game, man. And like I had a fucking blast playing it. It was pretty fucking cool. I don't think that the game is going to live very long, especially the player count that I saw on Steam, Mayo. Like, I mean, it was like 1,500 players when I was playing it, which is not a little bit, but it's like it feels like it's a low amount of players. But it's still enough to find matches. I was still able to find matches. There was a few times where I queued into like a team match, and I was the only person on my team. But it put me into a match that was already going. So I don't know if like the original people on my team already died, and then I spawned in, and now I'm part of a team with 2 dead people that I couldn't see or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of how it is. The game is a objective base, hide and seek, kill the other spies, and get the fuck out game. Deceiving, available now.
Yeah, the shooting looks pretty solid. I think people were complaining about here on the Steam about lag. Like, that
I didn't experience any lag.
Yeah, you know what? So that could be from a user who has shitty internet or
Yeah, definitely.
Or a shitty like PC that's like fucking stuttering.
Talk about user reviews, it's like you don't know what kind of computer they're running on or what kind of internet they're using. Or...
I refunded it because it won't even load. I'm like, okay, well, it's not like, But it's funny, I'm looking at the reviews here on Steam. So this guy called Borderline Psychotic, he says, this is recent, that a game for you if you have friends, which I don't.
Yeah, the game would be cool to play with friends. I like the team mode looks like a really cool time to play with your buddies. Besides that, though, I never went back to Hogwarts this week. I just haven't had the time. But I do want to go back and finish. I need to finish it. I need to. Now I'm in that. Now I've reached the point in my gaming where I'm like, I'm just gonna finish it now. I'm just gonna go in there. All right, I've reached the cyberpunk moment where I'm like, no more side quests. You're going to get in there and you're going to finish it now, Jesus. This is it. It's time. It's time, Ryan.
Okay.
Time.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to move on with my life.
Get to that last, what is it called? The trial, right?
Yeah. Whatever. What the fuck else? I know I played something else.
We played World War Z together.
Oh, we did. We did play World War Z
the show last week.
Fucking great game. Cool fucking game.
That's like the only game we always all play together.
Shout out to Ghost Nico. That game looks fucking amazing, dude. I turn it up to like ultra settings on the PC, just fucking max everything out. That game looks really fucking solid, dude. It looks really good. Has the ultra wide support. Looks really good. Runs really fucking good. And I love, like, if you want to just fucking shoot zombies like left and right and get fucking ate by rats all the time like me, play that game. Play it. Now. Play it. Just go buy it right now, Gunny, and play it.
It's even got the...
I've got it on Steam, and Epic and Xbox.
What's the mode, like a horde mode? You keep building and keep leveling.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
On top of the regular Left 4 Dead style play, you know?
Yeah, it's Left 4 Dead. It's a solid Left 4 Dead. Like,
really good.
Yeah.
Really good game. Like,
how do you think while we're talking about, how do you think it compares to, say, like these newer ones that are like Left 4 Dead?
Like Back 4 Blood?
Back 4 Blood,
no,
and with the upcoming Redfall. Like, you
it's
guys,
better. It's better.
I agree so far. Of all the ones I played, I enjoyed that one better.
Yeah, I played Back 4 Blood, and I gotta say, World War Z is 10 times better. And not to mention, World War Z has crossplay between everything.
Yeah.
Like, you could own it on Steam, you could own it on Epic, you can own it on the Xbox and on PlayStation, and everyone can play together. That's fucking awesome, dude. Like, that's really fucking epic. And I had a great time. Shout out to Nico, man. He played with us a few times. I really want to play that game again, Gunny. I want to finish some of those campaigns. Like,
me too.
I want to go in there and fucking kill zombies, bro.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So Jesus, I was talking to, as a matter of fact, I was talking to Ghost Nico about our experience a few days later about that map that we did with, I don't know, who was it? Like the fucking scientist or whatever the fuck he was called. The chemist or whatever, we were supposed to protect him.
Oh yeah.
That
Dimitri?
guy.
Fucking Dimitri? Son of a bitch.
So I don't think I've ever, I know I played the map, but I don't remember that story. So remember the first time we failed, and then I was like, where the fuck is this Dimitri guy? And you're like, he's downstairs. He's down below doing his shit, right? Like, he'll go and it's an AI character.
He'll go and like fuck with some shit, and then he has to run to the next room and fuck with some more shit.
Yeah, so you just have to make sure like zombies aren't fucking eating him, right? And I was like, okay. So then, you know, of course, when you're playing, I mean, I just run around, right? Like, just killing as many zombies as possible. I'm upstairs, I'm downstairs, I'm everywhere. I'm trying to protect everything. And I forgot whatever class that I was using, but I had like the chainsaw and freaking it was that was a lot of fun. And then you were like, hey, go protect Dimitri. We have to protect him because you can kind of see when his health is going down, or it lets you know. And I was like, fuck yeah. So I went down. Jesus, you were on the ground because I think the big guy, the SWAT guy, he was fucking pounding your head in the pavement.
He was.
And then
fucking me up.
So I come down there just fucking like Rambo, just offloading on these guys. And I think I ended up like kicking the big guy off you. And it was just like, it was like a cool moment, right? Where I was like, fuck yeah, you know? And then Dimitri gets up and he starts doing his thing again. It was just, I just felt like a god at that point. So then, but the only problem was I didn't know like, well, where does he go next or whatever? So, cause it's really chaotic, right? Super chaotic. And then you were like, I thought you were saying you got to go outside. But no, Jesus, you went with Dimitri to the elevator. And I didn't know where the elevator was. Well, I knew where it was, but I didn't know that at that time, that's what we should have done to, because we couldn't kill every single zombie.
No, we had to escape. Yeah,
to escape. Once everybody gets to it, like, that's it. Like, you know, you've completed it. Yeah. And so, but yeah, I went outside to where the zombies were kind of coming in from that rubble or whatever. And I'm standing out there like, you know, like that John Travolta meme where I'm like, I'm looking around like, okay, I'm outside. What do I do next? You know, and you're in the elevator, just like playing the elevator music, just waiting, you know? I'm like,
where the fuck is Gunny? God. I see Gunny on the other side of the map. He's fucking dying. I'm like, Gunny, I'm not going to save you. Then Nico goes to try to save him. Nico died.
He gets better judgment, right? He runs over to save Gunny.
Jesus, because I had.
And then the thing is,
I picked up a self revive. What is it? I forget what that's called, like adrenaline mode or something like that. But I had already used it, so I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
So Gunny runs in, thinking he has it, doesn't have it.
Well, these guys, right? They're on the other side of the map, and the problem with the elevator is when Gunny and Nico go down, there's like a bleed out time, like a timer, like a fucking. Like a thing where they bleed out or something, or they turn into a zombie, but it takes like a few seconds. Well, guess what? During those seconds, they're considered part of my team, and the elevator won't fucking close. So I'm in the elevator with the AI guys, and we're fucking shooting the zombies coming at us because now they're not focusing on Gunny and Nico. They're coming after the elevator. And I'm fucking trying to hold them off of the elevator. I'm fucking standing at the door with the door open. I'm fucking shooting the zombies. They're just fucking
blood's flying everywhere because I can now view.
Climbing.
Yeah,
and Gunny's watching.
I can view you, Jesus. After I go down,
I'm fucking unloading on these guys. It fucking sucked.
Your perspective, but I want to say it's about 15 seconds, and then you bleed out, and then it's another cooldown for what, a 30-second cooldown before you respawn.
Before they respawn, so I'm waiting like a fucking minute trying to hold these fucking zombies off. Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
They fucking rushed that elevator so hard. I mean, I held them off for a few seconds, and then they were like, nope, you're dead. You're fucking... I'm in a corner. I can't even move. And there's nowhere to go. I can't go backwards. I can't go to the side. I'm in a fucking box, and these guys are coming in a funnel. And you think that's kind of what you want, Jesus? You want them to funnel in so you can shoot them. No, dude. You can't reload fast enough to shoot all the zombies that are coming at you on the screen. There's like a legit, probably 1,000 of those motherfuckers running at you at the same time. And you're just like fucking spraying. They're just, bodies are dropping, but everybody that drops, there's like 2 replacing them.
Yeah. That horde never stops.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that, but now I know. I want to go back and especially do that map and keep going.
That'd be cool. That was a cool time. I had fun playing World War Z, man.
Yeah, how long did we did it 3 times, didn't we? Because we were like, fuck, we're going to beat it this time.
And we failed all 3 times. But we had fun playing it. And another game that I played real quick was Hitman 3. I played that.
The new one, World of Assassins, or
I played
whatever.
that today too.
Yeah. I played the new mode. Whatever that new
Freelancer.
Mode is. Freelancer. You know what it's called. Freelancer mode. So I played that. I finished another mission in there where I had to kill these. There was 3 targets on the map this time, and they were like in this compound in like Nebraska or something, or Colorado or something. And I had to go into this compound. It was like all these militia dudes walking around with guns and shit. I had to get in there and fuck these guys up. I used a throwing knife to kill all of them. I had like a kitchen knife that I found because I went in with no guns. And I killed some dude. I picked up his gun, and I'm like, I could just shoot everybody. And the game will let you do it. It'll let you kill everyone. And then you could just leave. Because the game is like, okay, well, yeah, you killed everyone, but you finished the mission, so good job. But I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to be a little bit more stealthy here. So I ended up using my kitchen knife that I found, and I fucking threw it at everybody's head. So I killed all these dudes with the kitchen knife, and I fucking left, and I was like, mission complete. So now...
Did you unlock the kitchen knife now? Is that on your wall?
Yes, it is. It is on my wall of weapons now. Because, any weapon that you find in the match, you take it out and you can put it in your house. You can put it on the wall. And then the next mission that you do in the freelancer mode, you can pick any gun on the wall that you want to take into the mission. But as the game tells you, if you die in that mission, any weapon that you have on you, you lose it.
Is this this is the mode where you only get like 1 chance too, right? Or it gets harder or something like that every time you retry it?
Yeah, it gets harder the first 2 times, and then if you fail the 3rd time, it just resets the whole thing.
It's done,
Yeah. So I'm kind of doing pretty good in this campaign. I'm like in the 2nd tier of it. So I think my next target is like the boss guy of that tier. Then I go to the 3rd tier. And each campaign has like a lot, like I want to say like maybe... at least 5, maybe 6, maybe 10 tiers. So it's 3 missions per tier for the tier, and then you do the boss mission. So it's 4 missions per tier.
question for you, Jesus, because I played this yesterday. And I'll talk about it more later on. So let's say you get in and because I didn't complete any of them. Like I failed at fucking every single one of them. Like I must really suck at Hitman. But so if you complete, like, let's say the mission, or, you find the key to the yacht or whatever it is, right? Like, however you escape. Because I noticed there's different ways to escape, like a map.
Yeah.
So let's see, and then do you just go back to the headquarters after that? Like after you finish it?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if it went on to the next map or the next mission within that intel pack or whatever they call those things.
No, it'll show Agent 47 escaping, then it'll show you coming back to your base or your house, and it'll be like, good job, Agent 47, you completed your mission or whatever. And then you get XP for it, and then the more XP you get, the more areas of your mansion that you unlock. So I think I unlocked like the closet, where like I can change now. I could change like the suits that my guy is wearing now. Like you can go into the mission wearing a certain outfit or a certain suit. Like you could be dressed as a cop. You could be dressed with the red suit, with the white suit, with the black suit, or whatever. Or you can also unlock like other little random things for your mansion. Like I also unlocked decorations, like wall art. And then I was like looking at it, I'm like, there's wall art? And I went to the wall, and sure enough, you go to the wall and then you press X and it like pulled up these frames, and you can go and like change the way the frame looks, and it'll be like different art. Like a lot of it is game shit, it's like game related stuff, like for Hitman, and some of it is just like random things from the internet that people that play Hitman say. So like I know there's a meme out there that shows, you probably have seen it, where it shows the Agent 47 and there's like a fucking 1,000 dead bodies around him. And the meme says like, there's no witnesses if no one is left alive or something like that.
Is
and
he
that's
wearing a Santa hat or something?
One of the wall arts is that. Like it's that saying, like if there's no witnesses, if there's no one alive, then there's no witnesses. It's kind of like a cool little nod to the community or whatever. And then there's also wall art that's exclusive that like when I clicked on it, it said you don't have the something pack. So I'm assuming they sell like DLC that's like cosmetic DLC or some shit for this house. I don't know. I don't know where to buy it, but I know that they probably sell it because I clicked on it and it said you don't own the something pack, like the Master Assassin pack or some shit. I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is, Mayo. What is that?
Maybe
I don't know.
So I know that
look at that DLC, Jesus.
It's either DLC or
I want a battle pass though.
There you go. You need a battle pass.
It wouldn't surprise me because they have the currency in the game is called Renown, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't that like Ubisoft? Isn't that what they call theirs?
No.
Same shit, isn't it?
Oh, there's something else, dude. You can't call it whatever the other guys call it. They call it theirs Abstergo money or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But I know that I don't know how you spend it with, but I just assumed it was on Walmart and things.
I know that you spend it, and then you unlock like different rooms to your mansion. Like I know eventually you can unlock the downstairs and like the kitchen and the living room and the fucking garage and the outside and all that other bullshit. So, but it feels like it'll take forever to get all that unlocked because these missions are long, man. Like
they're big.
You'll be in a fucking mission for like 20 minutes trying to figure out how the fuck am I gonna kill this guy? He keeps walking in the same stupid fucking area. And like in between like 50 people.
Yeah, never uses the restroom.
Yeah, it was like one guy, Mayo. Okay, I was doing a mission, right? This fucking
that's
guy,
kind of the point though of the game, isn't it?
Well, yes, Ryan. But okay, this guy, okay, in the regular game, he would be an NPC, but in this game, in the freelancer mode, he's now your target. But in the regular Hitman campaign, he would be like an NPC character. Yeah. Well, now he's the guy you got to kill. But this motherfucker's like a waiter in a restaurant that's like full of people, like legitimately like full of like 70 people. So what did I do? I got fucking tired. Okay, listen, I was tired of waiting for this guy to walk to like an empty alleyway. I fucking walked up to him and just shot him like point blank. I just fucking shot him in the middle of the restaurant, man, like fucking mafia style, like motherfucker, you're dead, you know, like some fucking mafia hit or something, you know. I just fucking walked in there, Gunny. I fucking shot the guard in the face, and he turned around and I fucking shot him like 10 times. I'm like, all right, he's dead. And then I double tapped to make sure he's.
Anybody else want some?
Yeah, and then I fucking ran out trying to shoot my way out of the map. That's what I did. Okay. Another level. Okay, listen. Another level. What I did was I just killed all the security guards on the map. I legit went into the security guard base, like this cave. They were all in there. They were all like in there, like exercising and doing whatever on the cameras and like walking around. I fucking shot all of them. I'm fucking shooting the scientists. I'm shooting everyone in this room is dying.
So this is what we've learned tonight, guys. Jesus is a serial killer.
Yeah, he's not a hitman.
Listen, I got to get my target somehow. And if it takes me killing 50 people to kill one guy, I'm going to have to do it, okay? I complete my missions, though, Gunny. Okay, I don't fail.
Yeah, I should
Jesus going with all natural-born killers.
I don't fucking fail, Gunny, all right? Fucking go in there, and everyone's dead, and I complete... Hey, they don't give you, like, a penalty for... Well, I mean... It will say
you just don't get the extra money. I've noticed
something. It'll dock like XP or something for killing non-targets. It'll be like non-target kill minus 50. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. They're all dying. No witnesses.
You're not getting enough XP to unlock that battle pass, Jesus. That's what's going on. You're killing too many non-targets.
Yeah. Oh well. It's part of the job.
No battle pass for you.
It's part of the job in the Hitman world, okay? You just got collateral. We call that collateral.
Collateral damage.
Anyways, that's all I played, man. Just Hitman, a lot of the other games, a lot of DC Inc., some Resident Evil 4. I need to get back into that. What I don't like about Resident Evil is the non-autosave bullshit. Like, you have to save in those stupid fucking typewriters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing I wish that they would have changed. I'm like, I wish you guys would have put in, like, some checkpoint fucking system. Like, I hate this whole fucking typewriter bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But I guess I'll learn to live with it. I guess. All right, guys. What have y'all been playing?
I played this little game, tiny little game that you might have heard of. I think you might have heard of it. Maybe it's called Diablo 4.
Oh, that little one.
That little indie game.
Is that
part of this thing.
You played the beta.
I heard it's maybe made by that indie studio, Blizzard.
Yeah, I think they're Blizzard or something like that. I can't.
Yeah. I think they got the name. I think they got the name after the Wendy's. Like Blizzards, or like the Dairy Queen.
No, Dairy Queen
right now.
Hi,
I got the munchies.
The Dairy Queen
Blizzard. All right. Yeah, that little gem.
Those guys, what are they doing?
Dude, I fucking love it. Diablo 4 is gonna be amazing. I think if you like, it's pretty much Diablo 3 on crack. Like. Okay. It's the same game with some new tweaks, and I guess it's been long enough for me that I started playing it and I was just like, oh yeah, I can't. Ooh. I wish I had more time on the weekend. I had Olivia, so I didn't have I only had the evenings to play it.
Yeah.
You own 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it make you want to go back and play 3 now?
A little bit, but I played
here.
So much of 3 that I'm just like, I'll just wait. I don't want to burn out, so I'll just wait. But I am disappointed that it's gone. It was like Sundays, like the last day. I'm like, oh, I want to play it, and I didn't get a chance to. And I was like, crap. I only got to about level 12, I think, 12 or 13, something like that. But it's Diablo, man, and it looks better. It plays about the same as 3. I didn't have any bugs or issues when I was playing. I don't know if it was just the times I was playing or whatever, but I didn't other than Friday, there was a bit of a queue. I think it was like 30 minutes for me.
Yeah, the first day, yeah, it makes sense.
And then Saturday and Sunday, every time I queued up, it was like less than a minute.
Same.
And I'd get in right away. So, but I enjoyed it, man. It was.
What's your class really you're playing?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
I picked Necromancer because that was the last I was playing in 3. So I thought I'll just do a Necromancer, and it was good.
Love the exploding corpse.
Yeah,
Necro. I think you get it a little earlier this time around, I think, compared to 3.
I got it pretty early, yeah. It depends. When you go into the skill trees, they were kind of confusing to me at first because everything's all over the place, but you have to slowly get pieces unlocked. And I didn't realize that as I was going up or as I was spending my tokens, it was letting me get further in the tree. I realized that later and I was like, oh, wow. And that's when I went down and found that exploding corpses thing. And I was like, there's the exploding corpses. Give me that. Because that's great for bosses. Like when you're dropping enemies around a boss and you have a long lasting boss and then you just blow up all those corpses around them.
Right. It just makes more ammo. As the more people die, you just get more corpses that you can explode.
Yep.
No wonder they're OP.
And then you have the skeletons walking around with you, which I always found very distracting.
They are.
You kind of always think there's an enemy around you, but it's your stupid. They made them really glow this time, though. I noticed, like they're like glowy.
I did kind of notice that. My son he played the last 2 weekends because he did the pre-order and all that stuff, and that's been all his time. Like he did level 25 on every character both weekends, 3 last weekend and both this weekend. He did every world boss. Every time the world boss was spawned, it's supposed to be like, I guess he knew the time. And he would log in and play like each world boss every time. So he fought the world boss every time it spawned. And he pretty much did everything he could. But I noticed just like looking over his shoulder that it seems like it highlights stuff a lot more. Like it has that dark look, but you see a lot of stuff highlighted.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll highlight in red for like loot or possible loot.
I found that the drops were like a lot. Like you were getting a lot of like legendary stuff.
There's a higher level than legendary now, right? Because you can, I guess there's something like, is it like a rare or something? I'm not sure what he said. He was telling me there's one more that has basically, you can basically mine down the legendaries and you can take one of the legendary perk and put it in this other item. And it will to like one more slot.
I think you can take some of the, what are they called? Yeah, the attributes of a different weapon and put it into your legendaries.
There's one higher.
Maybe you break down the legendaries or something like that. And you can take them out of that.
There was something in Diablo 3.
But I didn't get that far. I didn't get to that part yet, really. So I'm kind of like, I was up and down about it because I was like, do I want to play it? Like I wanted to check it out because I wanted to see like how things were different and whatnot. But at the same time, I was like, I'm kind of spoiling this for myself. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't want to lose the excitement for actually playing the game when it comes out in June. So that's why I didn't really, go heavy on it. Also, that stuff doesn't go into the new game. So like, I don't know if everybody knows that or not. You're going to have to start all over again when the game comes out.
Right.
Your save doesn't go through. It was just beta testing, and it could be different, right? Like, they could change the beginning of it a little bit or something. Or
that's what
I noticed there was quests that they said that you cannot progress in this version of the game. So there's probably early on quests that are going to be different that you weren't able to do in the beta. You know what I mean? That you'll be able to do in the full game. So there'll be different stuff.
Yeah, I know my son, like I said, he was grinding through it. I said, and him maxing out every character. I'm like, why are you doing this? You're probably going to lose all this progress. You're going to lose these items. You probably there's no guarantee. But he was just kind of like, I want to see what characters I like. He wants to play it like really hardcore with some of his friends. He's got a friend that plays a ton of the remastered Diablo 2. They didn't like. You're just 3.
When you're in that state of playing that game, you're just gonna play it over and over again anyway.
Yeah,
right? Like that's just that sort of the nature of the game, right? Yeah.
And when I played it, I only played 3. I kind of skipped 2, and I played 3 with a bunch of friends, and all we did was
rifts,
the seasonal characters, or whatever. And then you would go in and you would see how high of a rift you could get into. You try to get to like rift 100 or 110 or something like that. I think I had a whirlwind barbarian build, and all my other friends would use a different class, and we would try to go through, and sometimes we would team up. But I love. Have you seen it, or my son has not said? Have you seen any kind of like special levels? Like what was it, like in 3 they had like winds,
like paragons,
where it was like the unicorn world was all like happy rainbows. And
the levels.
I forgot what that was called.
No, I think that'll be a surprise in the game if it's in there, because that was actually a joke. The whole unicorn thing.
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy
because
level.
because everyone made fun of Diablo 3 and said it was too colorful and stuff. So they put in this secret level where it's like unicorns and rainbows and fucking
and you
colors everywhere,
blood everywhere.
So it was kind of like a shot back at everybody that made fun of the game for being colorful.
I didn't see any loot goblins. My playthrough of the beta.
Yeah,
my son
saw
did, I think.
one. Yeah, I saw one.
I remember him chasing one down.
Yeah.
I used to love killing the loot goblins and then getting the puzzle ring on number 3, and you could destroy it and you go fight greed.
Yeah.
That was a fight you could do over and over, and you just get tons of money from it. Good game.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of makes me want to play 3, but like you said, Ryan, like I almost kind of just want to wait until
4 because I want to
comes out and then just play through it. Yeah.
I want to just be excited to play 4 when it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, because as we're playing now the beta, like we're getting the story and everything, and it's like you gotta, now we get partway through the story and you gotta wait for the game to release.
Does it come out in June?
June 6th.
Yeah.
I did hear it is very controller friendly, almost more controller friendly than mouse and keyboard. Which is my son said he had no problems, but I have heard other podcasts and stuff say they thought the controls were kind of weird and they felt kind of awkward on mouse and keyboard, which is unusual because it's been on PC for the last 3.
Yeah.
And
well, I think you can go into the options and change things too.
There's probably some kind of default,
because I think a lot of people like when you're playing mouse and keyboard, a lot of people want like the click to move instead of
and then
WASD and then using hotkeys to attack. Whereas it's opposite on a controller, right? You kind of want it the other way around where you're moving around, but you're using your buttons to set off your, so.
I think something to do with the left mouse click was like you're moving and ability or something at the same time.
And move and attack?
Yeah, it was like move and attack at the same time. Like there was some kind of confusion there, and they said it just made it awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I played on controller, so.
Same here.
Yeah, you played this too, right?
Yeah, I bet it till.
Who did you pick?
I went with Barbarian. That was my first character in 3. So I
think that was my first character
because I haven't
played 2.
Yeah, I haven't played a Barbarian so long. I thought, let me go back. That's going to be the first character I pick. But I also like Necromancer. I did play that in 3. I think I've played all classes in.
Necromancer was fun. That's kind of why I picked it, because I was like, I just want to kind of have fun, and I know Necromancer's kind of OP, and you can kind of just sit back and pick things off and let your army go forward. You know what I mean?
Your little minions or whatever you call them, yeah.
Then I had a good build where I had good shooting, so I was blasting things and sending the skeletons ahead to go kill stuff and then blowing everything up. So
yeah, I actually was I want to say it was more of an experiment for me where the way you can set up your abilities that you would just use different weapons. So I did enjoy as a barbarian where I've got a sword, right? It's a 2-handed sword, and then I've got the 2-handed axe, and then in between I've got my 2 I guess you can call them my 2 hand axes, or and then you kind of dual wield those.
You have the barbarian has an extra set of weapons they can carry with them. That's one of their perks.
Yeah. So I've got
so you could have a 2-handed sword, and then you could have a dual wielding blades,
and you get an axe
between them or whatever.
Yeah. So that's what I'm really enjoying right now. I'm just all right, I'm going to swing my 2-handed sword, and then, that'll be on, I put that on the X button on the Xbox controller, and then I think A was my dual wield. And then it was either RB or right trigger, is what I put for my big axe. So, and that was cool. Where I just, cause that's one thing I when I go into a game where I'm playing, I don't want to just go in and just hold the A button down, Yeah. So I want to use all the weapons in my frickin' arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in between that, right, I'm like left trigger, right for my giant axe slam or whatever. So once I'm building enough, they don't call it mantra. What do they call it in this game? I forgot what they call it.
Mana. It's not mana. I don't think it was called anything.
No, because now it's got this.
I think different
color.
characters have different things. Yeah. I think that was like that in 3 too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Diablo is great, man. I think it's going to be a good game. Hopefully,
yeah. What's the theme on this one? I didn't research it too much. I feel like, are you a Viking? Are you in Czechoslovakia? Because I feel like that's what the accent that people are using in these snowy villages.
Yeah, I don't know. Offhand, I can't remember.
But yeah, there's a cinematic moment, in the beginning of the game. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler. Where I don't know what is that fucking Satan's daughter's name or whatever. She's
Lilith.
Is that the one where she comes to the church and the priest is there?
Yeah.
I don't know, but stop me if this is like a spoiler, but it's in the beta. And the priest is over there like, you're all a bunch of hypocrite people, and like the villagers are just sitting there, and it's not like a fully packed church or whatever. And they're just like, they got their heads down in shame, And then I think Lilith, right? She comes down. She's just like, you know what? This is the new way things are going to go down, right? She's just this demon looking like fucking broad, and knocks the priest, or he just falls to the ground. And then she's telling the people in there, like, come to the dark side, basically, right? And then they kind of get up. They just start like fucking beating the shit out of the priest, Like, yeah, we like this better. It was just a sick moment.
It is brutal too. Well, yeah. It's really like they beat the living crap out of him.
Yeah. So we're going in sin. But yeah, it was just like the game looked great, man.
Yeah, and what else have I been playing? The Dead Cells DLC.
Yeah, good stuff.
Playing that. It's great. It's freaking great. If you like Dead Cells and you like Castlevania, go buy that DLC because it's so worth it. It's a little, you got to do your little. If you play Dead Cells, you know how to get to areas that are DLC because they've all been this way. You got to go find the door, and you got to go in the door. But it's not that hard. In the first level, just go until you find one that says castle. What is it?
Well, it's got like a set of steps and stuff. It's got like all these steps, and the first time you ever see it, it has that guy.
I know
It's
got to rehash it.
He tells you, yeah.
But there's a guy standing there, and and I think he's even pointing down the stairs, like, go that way.
Yeah, go that way, yeah. That's where you gotta go.
Have you gotten past the Grim Reaper guy, the death and stuff yet, Ryan?
Wait, is that the first one? I beat the first boss.
Yeah.
I beat that first boss. But then I died in a level after it. Does it go? It goes back into Castlevania stuff, right? But you go back, you go into something else, and you go into like a regular level, and then you can go back into Castlevania stuff.
Yeah, what I did, I ended up playing through, and once I beat Death, like the Grim Reaper guy, it sends you back. Like how you get where you talk to the collector or whatever, you're redeeming your cells. You talk to that, and there's 3 exits in that one, and it sent me to a different DLC that I owned. It had 3 exits. I thought there maybe would be like another Castlevania exit, and I did not have one. I had one that it took me to the Scarecrow boss, and he ended up killing me because I haven't fought that guy for such a long time.
See, that's what happened to me too. I went into one of the other levels, and I was like, I got like part of the way through the level, and I died, and I was like, I guess I won't find out today.
Yeah, but I got a couple, and I thought when I went to the Scarecrow level, this I was talking about last week. I basically got the cross from Dead Cells, and the damage was ridiculous. Like I had a weapon that was like a level 6 S tier, and it was like 2,400 damage, and the cross was like 10,000 damage, and it was like a boomerang, and it was went like a short distance and came back. So I'm like, this thing's insane. So I felt like I was like OP going in. I went to fight the Scarecrow, And I was just kind of tanking him. I was just taking hits, hitting him with this cross thing, thinking it was going to like kill him real quick. And I just died like super fast. I was like, well, that was a mistake. I thought that thing was going to do way better than it did. It did not do much damage like I thought it would. So just trying to learn these new weapons, that you get. I got the holy water. I got the cross. And I got a couple skins. I got like this girl skin. I don't know if you've seen that. There's a level. There's a cat jumping around.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, and then you get her skin. And then when I beat the Grim Reaper guy, I posted it in the Discord last week. You get like his skin. I think you may have to beat him twice. The first time you get his weapon, and then you go back that way again. When you kill him the second time, you'll get his skin.
Yeah.
But every boss has a fight too. If you can do them flawless without taking any damage, you can get like a special gold version of those skins. They're really sick.
Really?
I have a couple from like the regular game that I beat, like the Timekeeper. I beat like the Timekeeper skin, and it's like a gold plated one. The Hand of the King, the final boss. Well, supposedly some people know it was his final boss. I have like the second version of him where I beat him twice, on the second level difficulty, without taking any damage. So it's like a special like gold one. It's pretty neat. So you have access to those. But they said there's like 20 skins or something like that, or 20 soundtracks. There was a lot.
Yeah, there's remixed music. There's like 3 biomes or something like that, supposedly, and then there's like 20 tracks, and there's like Dead Cells that are remixed, Dead Cell songs that are remixed into Castlevania type music, and then there's a couple of songs that are like Castlevania themed but made specifically for Dead Cells.
Yeah, good stuff though.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's worth checking out if you haven't looked at it. What else did I play this week? A little bit. I've been playing I'm getting Olivia to play some Lego stuff, and we started playing Minecraft Dungeons. She specifically for some reason asked me to play Minecraft Dungeons, and I was like, all right, let's try it.
Did she see it on YouTube or something?
I have no idea where she saw it.
Other than she just knows it's Minecraft,
she knew that I had another game that was Minecraft, and she can tell like the font's the same. You know what I mean? So like she recognizes the Minecraft font, and or the characters, the creeper and all that stuff. So I think that she saw the cover art and realized that it was another Minecraft game. And I told her, this one's different. It's not like that Minecraft. It's like probably going to be a little easier for you to control because she's still grasping camera movement, but she's starting to get it. Like playing Wobbly Life really helped her figure out how to play a first person game.
I knew this is going to revolve back around to Wobbly Life somehow.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, Wobbly Life is probably one of the best first games for a kid if you're trying to get a kid into games. You know what I mean? It's silly. It's stupid.
Start them off with Battlefield.
Yeah, you would,
right? 4 years old. Remake. Get in the Battlefield, kid.
Listen, bro, you put on a headset on them and you throw them into a Call of Duty lobby, okay?
You put him in with voice chat and everything, right? So your kid can learn some great phrases.
Call of Duty babysitter.
Put him into a hardcore search and destroy match.
But yeah, so we kind of been playing a little bit of those. What else have I been playing? Pinball Effects. If you don't know, Pinball Effects is finally released on console. So if you're into that, check it out. There's a whole bunch of new tables and it's pretty fun. I know you guys don't want me to go on and on about pinball, so I won't.
I didn't play pinball, so I won't up it. But
I know there's some people in the audience that like it, but I know a lot of people don't. But anyways, just to let those people that do care know, go check out Pinball Effects. You'll get one free table. It's the Wild West table.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites, the free one.
And you can get a pinball pass if you want to check out the tables before you buy anything. I think it's like $20 for a month. And then you can play pretty much all the tables. I think
it's
there's
10
a couple
here in America. Down here in the States, mate.
It's not what?
I thought it was $9.99 or something.
No, I think it's $20.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, in the States it might be less. It's $20 for me up here. So it might be $15 for you or pinball pass.
Oh, there's a battle pass?
There's I was gonna say
No, it's not
That got his attention real quick.
Yeah. Don't buy it, Jesus. Don't play it.
No, you don't buy it. Well,
Jesus,
you gotta buy all the tables.
Pass. Me next week. I bought the battle pass, guys.
No, it's basically so that you can play all the pinball tables for.
That's pretty cool.
It's like
though.
a subscription, though, right? So then you could play every table and decide, hey, I like this table. I'll buy these ones, and I'll buy that one, and you know what I mean. It's a good idea.
It's a good deal for someone like me, right? Who doesn't
maybe you every once in a while want to play, so you just buy the thing for a month and you play that month, and then you're done, right?
You know where I did play that game a lot? No, not even no bullshit. On my fucking
tablet?
On my Switch, dude.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. It's delayed on
really
Switch.
Good. It felt really good.
It's not coming out till July on Switch. They're having issues, I think, getting it to run on Switch.
I was playing the whatever Pinball FX was on Switch. Maybe the first one.
Pinball FX 3 was on Switch, yeah.
So you're talking about the new one has whatever?
It's finally out on PS5 and Xbox. It's been on the Epic Game Store for a while.
I bet on the PS5 it has a haptic feedback.
I wonder, actually.
It should.
Yeah, check that out. Download it on your PS5. Oh, you don't have PS5?
Let us know.
Mayo does.
I can download it in the PS5.
Yeah, let me know.
One thing that I do find out a lot about the PS5, though, is that a lot of the PC games that are on the PS5 and coming to the PC, if you play those games with the PS5 controller,
it has the feedback.
All the feedback is there.
So Jesus, remember I called it before even the PS5 was, well, it was announced, but it wasn't even out yet. And I said, how much do you want to bet when games come over to, and I said Steam specifically, I said, how much do you want to bet they're going to have the haptic feedback? You can just get a controller, and then boom, sure enough.
I mean, I believe that it would have happened for like the Sony titles, right? But like, it's cool to hear that other games that are not like the Sony titles.
You're talking about the non-Sony titles? They have the haptic feedback too? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
That I didn't know.
I thought you were just talking about the Sony.
There is non-Sony titles that have the haptic feedback on them.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is pretty cool, which it kind of makes me want to just go buy a fucking PS5 controller just to have it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what I did for a little while. Remember, I was playing Deathloop
I have the Elite
before I had one.
Yeah, I have the Elite, and I'm used to the Elite, so it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't give up my Elite either, man. I love it.
I still have the version 2, the black one. I want to get the white one though. My grips are starting to come off here, like here. That's the one I want. It's like $100, right? Because I already have all the paddles and shit.
Yeah,
but like, see my grips.
The cool thing is you have the black one, right?
Yeah.
So the D-pad that comes with this is actually silver, but I took the black one off my black Elite and put it onto this one because I think it looks so much better with the black D-pad. Nice.
It looks nice. Yeah, I want that, but I want the grips to fall off more. So I'm still waiting for that to happen on this one.
I don't know why. I've never had that issue.
I've had it on both, man.
I have all three of them. Look, here's the white one.
Yeah.
Grips are fine. No peel at all. Here's version 1, dude. Version 1.
Still?
Grips are fine.
What? See, but all of mine have done it, dude, to where like it's starting to split apart. See that?
I think it's all that sweaty Call of Duty play.
But
this
one,
you're sweating and you're all nervous and you're getting your
this
sweat
one,
underneath the grips.
But I will say about the Elite 2, it is not peeling off nearly as fast as the first one that I had. Maybe because I don't use the controller as much, and I don't even play Call of Duty with the controller, man. I play with mouse and keyboard.
And then I got this one, but it's apart right now because I'm trying to fix it.
Ooh.
That's my version 2.
Bro, how many fucking
original
Elite controllers? You got like $600.
I have all 3 of them.
Fucker has like $600 worth of Elite controllers over there.
This one broke.
I haven't used mine. Mine's broken.
The version 1 has a stick drift.
RB.
This one, the bumper doesn't work, so I'm trying to fix that, and I've almost got it fixed. I gotta get something to try and fix it, and then put it back together and see if it works. And then I got this for Christmas to replace that because Olivia dropped it out of my hand and the bumper stopped working. But
nice.
And I traded to get my version 2. I traded my Switch, dude.
Your Switch.
Yeah,
Wow.
when I got my version 2, I traded the Switch in for it. I got a bunch of credit along with it too, but did I play anything else? I don't think so. I think that's about it for me. Oh, more Grounded. I'm building like crazy in Grounded, but that's like my constant. I play that almost every day, so get a little bit done every day. If anyone wants to build, let me know. Come join me in Grounded.
Right.
I got it installed.
I need some builders. I need some people to get sticks for me so I can keep building.
I don't have access to it anymore.
Dry gas.
Come in my Grounded world and I'll put you to work.
Yeah.
Ryan, my Game Pass ran out, so I don't have access anymore. I didn't renew it. I need to go buy a card.
I got a 14-day trial I'll give you if you just go get my sticks for me.
Yeah, just log on. It's like slave labor over here. Like I'll give you
the intern badge and all the armor you need so you can pick up all the
13
sticks.
days
free
worth
weapon.
of time to Grounded research for me. Like
I must get 4 hours a day of stick collection.
I expect them right here in this spot every day.
Yeah.
I log in.
You got to take the pallets up to the top of the tower and send them across the zip line.
You can attach things to the zip line?
Yes, he did show me that, and you can send them across.
Yeah, you can take the sticks and send them across the zip line. I
didn't know that. Yeah.
I'm basically sending sticks from one side of the map all the way to the other side of the map.
Are there no trees on the other side? I mean,
not enough. I found the spot where there's like a forest of weed stems that you can get sticks from. So I just go there, and there's nothing around that'll attack you or anything. You just go there, collect sticks, send them over, go back, start building again. It's just an endless cycle of doing that over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm building a huge castle in the tree, and I'm building a wall that's going to go pretty much halfway across the map, and then it's going to keel over to my other place. There's three little spots that we've started building, and I'm going to. My friend was in there for a while. He comes in every once in a while, but not much anymore. It's just basically me now. He's moved on to other games.
You're stuck in that one, huh?
He started playing Fallout 76.
Your Grounded is like my Satisfactory over here,
Yeah, kind of. Or Jesus' City Skylines. Or yours.
You know what? I kind of want to get into a game like that, man, like Satisfactory or something, but I don't know. I'm scared.
Oh, that's what else I played. Valheim.
Oh.
I started playing Valheim because I thought maybe that would take me away from Grounded, but it didn't.
That's one game I have. My son has his library, and we Steam share, so I have it. I'd never actually played it.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it the voxel look that what does it not catch?
I don't like that. I don't really like it. I don't know. It just, and it felt so slow and starting over again and having to build. It was just, I don't know. I think if I sat down and I had the right people to play with, I could get into it, but I can't just play it by myself like I can Grounded. You know what I mean? Like, I just find it really boring, and I don't know. I haven't gotten very far.
Grab you just right.
Yeah. And my buddy went in there and started building like a house and everything. And I was like, oh, all right, here we go.
Maybe that's what it takes though. Probably like maybe you get in with a buddy and you play for a while. And if that buddy quits, you kind of like hooked and you're invested more, and then you'd be more into it maybe. Maybe,
but I think it's too similar to Grounded, and I'm too already invested in that.
Right.
I wish Grounded could get some like campaign DLC, some more story or something to. I don't think they will, because I think Obsidian's way too busy, and it's a very, very small team that makes Grounded. It's not Obsidian as a whole that makes Grounded. It's like 17 people from the team, I think, that make it. And I believe there's only like 2 or 3 people that are actually working on it constantly right now. But yeah, I hope they don't ditch that game. It's popular enough that I think it's worth it for them to put some more into it. Hopefully they will, but I think they're just busy right now. They got a lot on their plate. Obsidian's always a pretty crazy company. I look at Obsidian as like Sony's Insomniac. Like Xbox's Insomniac is Obsidian. You know what I mean? Like they put out games regularly and at a fast pace and good quality. You know what I mean? And Insomniac's very similar to, they put out good quality games consistently and fairly quickly, But I think that's about it for me. But you, Mayo?
Oh man, I haven't played a whole lot, but I know you probably can't stay for the full show, Ryan. 'Cause I know it's getting late for you.
Yeah,
I actually want to be able to jump in anyways because the games I've been playing, I just been playing a little bit. Like I work 7 days this week, so put in 70 hours at work. So like when I do come home, it's like a little bit of hit, get in, get out kind of game. So it's been more Forza. Like they'll give me like a challenge, like go in, or not Forza, but Gran Turismo. Sorry. I still like Forza better, like I said, but for some reason I'm just going in there and I want to collect all the cars. There's a lot of cars in there, and they give you a brief history about each set of cars. So like you'll go in and be like, okay, like today we're gonna do Chevrolet, and then they'll be like, there's like 3 cars they tell you to go obtain, and you have to get in your garage and you get past all that. So you have to do these 3 specific races and you win those cars.
The 2017 Camaro has 440 horsepower.
Exactly. We're like wrong. No, I'm kidding. But so I went through that, and I'm up to like getting into the better cars now, because there's different races where like you were just getting these shitty, slow cars, and it's just like, I can't remember what it was, but there's this one race,
Does it do the licensing thing?
Yes, it does have the licensing thing, and it also has the challenges where you have like 3 times to beat. Have gold, silver, and bronze. And you got to try to beat those times. So I'm trying to get gold on everything as I go through, do all the licenses I go through. So I'm just kind of working on just a little bit of time, but I'm finally getting into the better cards. Like I just get done finishing the Alfa Romero section, so they give you like 3 different Alfa Romeros, and the next thing I had to do was one of their they do give you some dumb quests, because they give you these quests. You go back to this cafe and this guy gives you these jobs. He's like, hey, go collect these 3 cars, and you got to do these 3 cars to get the whole Alfa Romero collection, like that one. There's also like this Photoshop thing where you can go in and take photos of a car, and you can do like different backgrounds. You can make it look like the car is drifting, and you can make them do different things. And they tell you to go in there and you have to go in and take a picture of a car and make it look like it's drifting. So you have to go in there and mess with the camera, and you got to figure it out. And it has a tutorial, and then it walks you through it, and you get that achievement. And it has me doing something like that now. I can't remember what it was, but
trophy.
There was, and it's basically just go in there and do that. Then I'll go back to the driving part. I don't find in Turismo like the views. I love the view of like the outside the car view, and like Forza, like the furthest back view. And then just in Gran Turismo, it seems like I just stick with where it just shows like the speedometer and the tach and everything in the map on the car. It doesn't show the car at all. It's kind of like a front bumper view. And in the car view is the only 2 views I really seem to like on Gran Turismo. Like it just, the outside the car view doesn't look very good. The car feels slow. Like the game doesn't feel like it's very fast. But when you're in the car, it feels pretty quick. It feels way better. So I do like it in the car view on that. But typically, like I said, in Forza, I would be outside the car view and stuff like that. And almost every racing game. So it's kind of rare for me to have that.
Well,
first person
I think
view.
if you did go back and play Forza 7 or something, you might be like, oh, okay, well, I don't like this view now or whatever, like in that sim race.
Yeah, and it could be just because it is a simulator, and I do know.
Yeah, it's difference between sim and arcade. Yeah,
and that's why I love Forza, Horizon series. Like I love the mix of the arcade with the real cars. The real licensing, and you can kind of tune and you kind of modify the cars a little bit. And you get that open world, just run around and get some crazy races going on kind of thing. So, but it's something I can get on there real quick. Another one I've still been playing is Returnal. I go in there, Jesus, I have gone in there and gotten into the house and seen the little astronaut scene. And they leave that little figurine outside, and you pick it up, and it becomes like a respawn, like when you die. I did get to the first boss in the first area, and I had like a quarter health going in, thinking I was probably going to die anyways, because I'm like, all right. I started fighting this first boss, quarter health, and I'm dodging all of its attacks. Big health bar across the whole top of the screen. And I'm like kicking his ass. I'm not taking any hits. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's down to half health, and I haven't taken a hit yet. Then I get him down to a quarter health, and I'm taking like maybe like one hit, and I have like an eighth of my health left or something like that. I'm like, oh, I might just do this, right? And next thing I know, I deplete his health, and all of a sudden his health bar fills up again. And you have to fight him again after that. And then he just murdered me. There was like some new move he did, and it killed me, and I had to restart back over into that. But and it showed me having the house key. And I went to that, like found the house right away on my next run, and I couldn't get in. It wouldn't let me in the house anymore. So I'm not sure what I had to do there. If it was just like a one-time experience going through it or not. But I'm like, all right. So I just have to go back through that first level again. Now I can get to the boss because I have the sword that will break through the wall to get to him. So I can get in there in full health and finally advance to the next section. So that's what I might even jump on later on tonight again. That's another game, like I said, you can go in there and it's like Dead Cells, Ryan. You can go in there and get like one quick run in and then be out, but it does seem like it has a really long loop to it. It doesn't feel like sometimes you could progress very often on a loop. Sometimes you just go through a whole loop and you gain absolutely nothing. You're like, oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't get any cells. I didn't get any money. You don't have anything. You just literally just went in and died. But and then still playing on the go a little bit. Still playing Call to the Lamb. Did the typical like what all you guys did. I named all the characters after you guys. I have like the loyal follower and Jesus over there, and the questionable one and Gunny. He's over there spreading red rumors. He's Gunny,
Gunny he had to die when. And my shit, he was always complaining all the time, and then he became like really old, right? And then he just died from old age. And then
sounds like real life. What's going to happen? Yeah.
Did you kill me and bring me back to life or some shit like that?
I killed you right away because you were like right away. You were just trying to like say that I was a liar or something.
I think there's one character like it's the one they give you early on, and I think he just by default kind of
right away
he turns against you, to teach you that mechanic, And
I brought him back to life though.
I know I revived one of you after you died. I don't know if it was
that
Jesus
character. It's either Nipron or Ghost Nico is the one that I think is going to run around and try and sabotage my my cult. He's out there.
Mayo is the one that I revived the most. Mayo is like super. He's died like 4 times, but he's died always of like old age. But see, now I revive him and then I sacrifice him because he's so high level. I get like all this happiness points.
Right.
Yeah. I got a lot of people on my clan. I got like people.
Nice. I'm not that big yet. I did have to delete a couple files, and it was kind of funny because Evan played this game on my Switch, right? So Evan's file on there, and there's 2 other save files. One was like one I'm like, okay, I don't think I played it very much, so I deleted my file, and there's another file. I couldn't remember which one was my son's or Evan's, and so I deleted my son's file, thinking the bigger one was his, and the Evans wasn't on there anymore. And here I deleted my son's and left Evans on there, so he was kind of like really dead.
Is Evan back in Cali now?
No, he actually leaves next week. Sunday is his last day here, so.
Then why are you calling him Evan? You should be calling him Edward.
It is Edward. I'm getting prepared. I'm mentally prepared for him leaving. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna lose my company in Edward.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, speaking of meeting people and stuff in the community, as I talked to you, Ryan, is Brian got to come down from old Canada land over there and pay me a visit here in Columbus. So we've been talking a while back. He was talking about coming down for like a softball tournament.
Yeah, he comes down all the time.
And of course, it was like really rainy that day. Was it? And I was really surprised to find out because we were talking about him coming down, right? And then I thought he was already down here because we were talking like Thursday night, and we was going to meet like Wednesday or Friday afternoon. And he's like, no, we're leaving in the morning. And he's like, it's only a 4-hour drive. I was like, holy cow, it's only 4 hours, And so he kind of showed me like where he lived, and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay.
From Chatham. Yeah, I think because it's probably about 2 hours away from me.
I think he goes into Detroit and he comes down 75 and stuff. But yeah, so I got to meet Brian in person. So we went out to eat. So I asked him, what do you want to do? So he's like, it didn't matter. So I took him somewhere unique to Columbus, because all the food chains down here can just be a chain. Like who cares about Applebee's or whatever? So we went to Thurman's, and they're famous for their ginormous hamburgers, right? They have this Terminator that has 2 12-ounce patties plus like a whole bunch of lettuce and just mix this stuff in it, right? So I'm like, we'll go there. And I meet him in his hotel. They were running a little late. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to go hang out in this mall for a minute. When you guys get there, check in, let me know. So he lets me know when they get there, and they're checking in. But his room wasn't ready yet, which was kind of surprising. Normally, it was like 2 o'clock. And usually the rooms are kind of early, like I've never really ran into a hotel where you go in and check in and you actually can't get in till like, say, 3. But so I'm like, okay, well, let's just go to the restaurant. So we go straight to the restaurant, and it's like a 20-minute drive. We go into downtown. And this is in like an old village part of town. And it's like the original one. They have like 3 of them here in town, but this is the original one. We want to go to that one, right? And so we get in there, and it's like a 45-minute wait. So we're standing there chatting for a while and just kind of visiting. And we finally get in, finally get seated. I bet we waited an hour for our food. It took forever. So we were there for a good minute, but it was nice getting to chat and catch up and just, finally meet in person and talk some video games and just talk some sporting stuff as well, because he's big into the sports and stuff like that. And I get to meet his wife, and it was a good time. And then, I had the Camaro out, as I know it was kind of a rainy day. I'd let him see the Camaro. So he did hear me coming. He was like at the hotel, and he goes, "Oh, here comes Mayo," he said, because he heard my car coming. He knew it was kind of loud. His wife was like, "How do you know that's him?" Kind of thing. But he goes, "Oh yeah, I can definitely tell it's probably him," But and then we were going there. They were in front of me on the highway. I let them go first, and they had it in the GPS. And he said his wife was worried about me keeping up because we were going like 80. He's like, I don't think he's too worried about keeping up. He ain't gonna have a problem. But I ended up going around him and getting in front of him. We got down. We got parked. Like I said, we ate. But after we ate, Brian, he had a whole bag of goodies for me. He brought down from Canada. His Canada only stuff, right?
Nice.
So he gave me the bag, and once I got home, he showed me them all there. But once I got home, we kind of went through them a little bit, right? So right off the rip, the first thing we tried was the ketchup flavored Lay's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
They're okay if you eat a couple, but they get really.
You gotta like those.
They get really, really strong after you eat a few of them. It reminds me of like this is a weird comparison, but like a salt and vinegar chip. Like
it's like a ketchupy flavored salt and vinegar chip. Yeah.
Yes, and that's what it reminds me of. It's very overpowering when you start eating like a few in a row. Like you get like 10 of them in you, and you're like, these are strong. You're just like, holy cow. One of the other things he brought me was the all dressing Ruffles. I think they were.
Yep.
And those are pretty good. Like those are not.
I've had them on the show before.
I thought you did. I remember we talked about those. So I did get to experience those. He brought me some hickory flavored potato sticks.
You guys don't have those down there?
What are those?
We had potato sticks down around here.
What the fuck is a potato stick?
They're called hickory sticks.
Yes, and we have some potato sticks around here. Like I've had those, but I haven't had these yet. I didn't open a bag.
Bacon flavored potato sticks.
Never heard of it.
I don't think these were bacon flavored. Is there another flavor?
Hickory.
Okay,
bacon.
Right.
It's like smoked bacon.
Is it like a pretzel? I mean, stick?
No, it's like a little stick.
It's like a little potato chip, but in stick form.
Gunny, have you ever not had a potato stick before?
No, those things don't exist over here on the West Coast.
No, we don't believe in that.
They've been around since I was a kid. Like,
we were Americans over here, bro.
I guess.
I guess we just do regular chip-flavored Doritos.
I think you used to be able to get them in a can, of all things, too, like a pop-top can, like the old cheese balls used to be in.
I don't know. American are you over there? What the fuck's going on?
I'm very American over here. We're corn.
Maybe I'm thinking of those
countries.
Fries. What are those fries called? I don't know.
Yeah, something like those. Like kind of like that.
They come in that can, like almost like a Pringle can, but not as long. Yeah.
Yeah, these are like a bigger can though. Back in the day.
What are you talking about, Gunny?
I don't know. I'm thinking of those freaking fry style chips or whatever.
Fry style chips? I've never heard of such a thing.
Or stick. I don't fucking know.
You're not supposed to be agreeing with us, Gunny.
Damn commies. What the hell's going on?
We don't have hickory sticks, damn it.
This is America.
All right. I'm gonna actually go grab a bag. I'm gonna show you this bag, Jesus. But and the other thing, Brian, he brought me some candy bars, and he bought me like a toffee bar, and that thing is like rock hard.
Like a
started with an M.
Macintosh.
Yes, a Macintosh taffy bar. That thing is like rock hard. You don't have
those? Yeah. You're supposed to take it and smash it on the table.
Is that how you get into it? Because that thing, I opened it and I'm like,
breaks into pieces, and then you chew the little pieces. If you warm it up a little bit, like in your hand, it'll get soft, and you can just kind of break it.
You remember fucking dying trying to bite into the fucking ball.
So you guys,
it's hard toffee. It's like hard toffee.
Yeah, like we used to have those old. I can't remember what they're called now off the top of my head.
Kool-Aid's? No.
It was like an old candy.
The Roca?
It was like on a stick, and that stuff was like toffee, and it was like rock hard. And Sugar Daddies, I think they were called. And they were like,
wasn't there Sugar Babies or whatever? Those were like little M&M shapes.
Coffee. I've never seen these ever.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, they were rock hard. But then I also got some Kit Kats, and he said they were unique to Canada. They tasted different, and it's like one giant Kit Kat instead of like how ours are like flat, like 4 little Kit Kats. This is like one like triple the thickness piece of Kit Kat. Like
you don't have those down? Oh, those are so good.
Yeah, ours are
it's like a really
flat.
It's like a really big Kit Kat, like one.
Yeah, it's like one strip. It's like triple the thickness. So
it's about the size of a normal chocolate bar, but it's like a Kit Kat.
I've seen those.
Yeah, I was pretty sure you guys had those.
And I do go to the candy store once in a while.
They just call those king size here. Or whatever.
Yes, king size Kit Kat.
Yeah, it's just king size. Yeah, I've seen those, but I know that certain countries and shit have like different flavored Kit Kats. Like they'll be like
strawberry,
carrot flavor, strawberry flavor. Fucking
I've seen those too. Japan has a lot
Thai
of tea, fucking Kit Kats. Yeah, there's the hickory sticks. Hostess hickory sticks.
Oh, okay, I've never seen that before.
What the fuck is that?
They're good, man. Oh, I love those
hickory
things.
stick original.
Canada symbol, old Canada beer.
Damn maple leaf out of here!
I know, right?
Shit? This is America. You should get like an American flag sticker and slap it on top.
Smarties.
No, not like American Smarties. These are more like M&Ms. Like
fuck.
Brian's probably like, yeah, and
those are fake
they're Smarties.
Yeah.
Why? What's different about them?
That's fake.
We don't have these
not
at
American
all.
Smarties, pal.
You don't have Smarties?
Different.
You don't have Smarties.
But I've not
Bro, we have Smarties, but our Smarties is not that shit.
Crunchy bar.
And a crunchy.
You know, I think I've seen that at our candy store proper.
You know, one thing I noticed about this Canadian stuff.
That's the big chunky Kit Kat. Chunky, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah.
I've seen those, Mayo, but ours are called king size.
King size, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that's kind of like what I went through.
Did you eat the toffee already?
Yeah, I did. I ate like a quarter of it. I had to throw it away because I'm like holding on to it and sucking on the end of it because I'm like trying to break it off. I'm like,
no, yeah, you're supposed to smack it on the table and it breaks into pieces and then you can eat the little pieces.
So for another funny story is, I brought all that stuff home, right? And this was Friday, and I had to work Friday night, Saturday night. I picked my son up, who stays at my house on the weekends. So I come home Friday night, Saturday/morning, and the bag of candy is sitting beside my computer, and he's over playing Diablo, and he got into it, And then he got into some of the chips, and so there's just some of them I probably didn't even get to try that he got into, So, but I mean that's pretty much my week. I've just been kind of busy, with work and playing those short games where I can get in again. I did play a little bit of Dead Cells again. Got a couple runs in that in there, but I mean that's pretty much it. Like I said, we talked about it last week, and Ryan, you talked about it. So
well, I'm glad you were able to meet up with them.
What's that?
I said I'm glad you were able to meet up with them, and you guys had a good time. Because
I definitely need to get my passport now and come up there and visit, and maybe the three of us can get together. We can meet somewhere like at his place in between or something. Where it's a 4-hour drive for me and 2-hour drive for you.
Yeah,
if there's something to do there, then maybe this summer we can do something like that.
Yeah,
nice. Get your passport ready, Ryan. I'll be in New York City probably in June.
I'm not coming to New York, bro.
What's wrong with New York? It's a long drive.
I don't even want to go to New York.
No, is that a long drive?
No, it's
for me,
fairly long drive for me.
6 to 8 hours. I'm not positive off the top of my head. I'm
probably about the same for me too. I think
we haven't decided yet. But looking at a trip there. I think it's a 5-day trip.
Gunny, just go to Canada.
I want to. That's on my bucket list. I told the
You were
wife.
supposed to, and then you didn't come.
Little Gunny, he wants to go to New York. We want to go to Hawaii, but he's like, I like big cities.
Don't go to Hawaii right now, man.
Why does he want to go to New York?
He said he likes big cities. He never gave a description.
Yeah,
why.
until you fucking go to a big city and you get treated like shit by everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody is an asshole in a big city. Let me tell you
true.
this.
That is
Go
true.
to
Toronto. Toronto's a big city.
Any big city in the fucking country of America, you go there. Everyone is an asshole.
It reminds me of that. It reminds me of that comedian.
How it is.
No, that's true. It reminds me of that comedian where he's like, yeah, I think he was talking about New York specifically, where he's talking about, we're just all like, we all love each other here. We're the nicest fucking city. And he's like, he goes, yeah, like anybody can just come up. And then they ask you, do you know what time it is? Yeah, get a fucking watch, That's New York. That's Chicago.
It's like when you came here to Oregon, and you thought it was weird that I said I held the door open for somebody and
then we were just walking down the street. Again, that was a very small town that we were in.
Yeah, and Gunny, there was a guy sitting there, right? Like a homeless.
Is Gunny the guy that just like closes the door and says
No, listen, there was like a homeless guy, right?
Yeah.
There's like a homeless guy sitting there and I'm walking and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Good afternoon or whatever. And Gunny's like, is that normal? You just say hi to like homeless people?
That threw me. That threw me big time. We just don't do that here. Even though I'm a nice person. Dude. Like, we don't greet people on the street or how are you? We just don't.
We see how nice you are, Gunny.
Dude, I used to go to Toronto and I'd have like lunch or dinner or whatever in Toronto. And the first thing I would do is if I didn't finish my meal, I'd pack it up and take it out, find the first homeless guy I could find and hand it to him. There you go.
Yeah, I do that at work.
Fucking eat something, buddy.
Yeah. A lot of homeless population.
I used to do that. But in Vegas, the homeless people would just throw that shit at you and tell you to fuck off. Fuck you, give me money. I want crack money, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, see, but that's my whole reason I do that. Because if I give you money, I know what it's going to.
Yeah.
You say you need food, right? Here's food.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about here in Oregon, there's a lot of people that scam people for like money for homeless people. And that's actually happened in my town here at the Fred Meyer, like at the store, the big store here. There'll be like this family that they're always here like every summer, dude. Every summer you see them. There's this family. They look like they're immigrants, but they'll have like this fucking sign and they'll have like their kids out there with them. And they'll be holding this fucking sign that says like, hungry, anything helps, God bless, or whatever, right? Like it'll say like, we're immigrants from Russia or something and we can't find jobs or some shit. We need money and shit for our kids. So the funny thing is, one time I went into the Taco Bell that's like right there, like right where they were standing, kind of like a little bit of like in the same parking lot area. And the people inside Taco Bell were pissed off because they're like, those fucking homeless motherfuckers are out there scamming people. People come in here and they'll buy food for them or they'll buy them like a gift card for like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And then those fuckers come in here and they want us to refund the gift card in cash.
Yeah.
Because they don't want the food. They want the money, Dude, it's like, what the fuck?
There was a lady in Toronto. She was dubbed the shaky lady because she would just sit on a corner and like shake and like and be like, oh, I need money. Someone followed her and she went home to some big, huge mansion.
Yeah.
Like she was just out there stealing, getting people's money for no reason. For no reason at all. Just to take people's money.
Man. Yeah, it's fucking sketchy.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I'm a little worried.
What it is legit. I remember there was a corner, there's a guy, he was there for like 2 weeks, right? And it's kind of a busy area. Well, one day I drove up and he wasn't there anymore. And the sign that he was holding, he had flipped it around. And on the back, he put a new message and he kind of like staked it in the ground a little bit. And it said like something like, thanks to contributions, I was able to buy myself a new tent. So the guy went out and bought himself a new tent to live in, you know, because you don't see that very often. Usually they just kind of are just gone. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Yeah. He like left a message saying that he went out and bought a new tent with.
Yeah. For those people that drove by and gave me something, at least you know what happened.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy alcohol with it, or
That's cool.
Well, maybe he did. Maybe he bought a tent and alcohol. You don't know.
Yeah,
and alcohol.
Living it up tonight.
He bought a generator and a portable fridge and a tent. Power the fridge, and then
oh shit.
We don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's you just never know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much it for me. That's all I've been playing.
I'm the only one in my family that didn't go to prison or go to a homeless shelter, so I know all too much about it. Okay, my mom and sister didn't go to prison, but you know what I mean. The rest of them all did. Yeah,
but they were definitely homeless.
Yeah, even died in homeless shelters. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad.
Way to bring down the show, Gunny.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you guys were talking about homeless people, but yeah.
Okay. Gunny?
Damn.
Gunny, Gunny, stop talking about homeless people and tell us what you played.
Yeah. You guys heard about it. So what I did with my money was I went and bought a new Xbox, guys.
Oh. So you got one of them shiny Series X's?
I got it. I finally got a Series X.
He's not a hobo anymore.
He's not a hobo anymore. Oh,
yeah. I know I sent people messages and they were like, I thought you always gamed on Xbox. I'm like, yeah, but I had the S. Like, that's what I got at launch. That was what was available. Matter of fact, I remember when it first launched, I was like, should I just kind of hold out, maybe wait a couple days, get the X, whatever.
I kind of regret canceling my pre-order because I had it pre-ordered, man. I had that and the PS5 pre-ordered.
Yeah.
And I didn't do either because I was like, I got a PC. And then the whole chip shortage happened. And I was like, man, if I would have kept those pre-orders, I could have sold them for like $1,000.
Dude, my Series X is day one.
Mm-hmm. I did wait, guys. If you guys remember, I waited like 3 days. 3 days. I think it was like one of those times where I was working a lot, but I was also trying to, matter of fact, me and a coworker were like, like the internet doesn't work as great. We're, at our job or whatever. So we'd have to drive away to like customer sites and be like trying to put it in carts. It was a pain in the ass. And I'm like, you know what? I just told the wife, just get the freaking S,
I got lucky, man. I got so lucky. I just happened to be on the friggin' GameStop site, and I was running 2 machines. I was running around like crazy trying to make sure it went through, and it never went through. It never, like, on my phone actually went through, but I got an email from them saying that it did. So I was like, oh, and then for the longest time I was worried that it wasn't actually going to go through. And then I finally got confirmation and I was like, yeah, it's going to ship. Nice.
Yeah. So matter of fact, like I even tried it, I want to say a few days prior, because of course you just can't walk into like a Target or Best Buy. Which were like the locations I was looking at. They're like, yeah, we don't have those in stock or whatever. So I think I was driving back from like another town, and I was telling the wife, like, well, just put it in the cart, at our home location, and she's like, well, it's going through. I'm like, okay. And then it says they have it in stock. I'm like, all right, are we going to drive up there today? I was like, yeah, I'm not going to wait until Saturday. Let's go get it now since we're in the car. So yeah, sure. They had it there. Picked it up, hooked it up. I would say like the biggest difference, is like having the S this whole time and now having the X. For one, obviously the SSD, the storage, like I can put, I think I have like 12, X versions of games on there. So instead of my normal like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And the other one is I can definitely see more, like it's that true 4K instead of checkerboarded. And the lighting is really good. Matter of fact, my kid even pointed it out where he's like, wow, that looks really good. I'm like, yeah, this is the new, X. And because, yeah, the lighting looks really great in this. I'm like, I know. It's like, what a difference from the S.
Yeah, you can truly see the difference side by side now, right?
Yeah. Now, I know that like with this.
You going to take the S to the other house?
No, I've just got it sitting in the living room right now. We haven't been going up there. I don't know. The wife's not been feeling it or whatever. Like, fine. Eventually I could just pack it up real easy and take it up there.
Yeah.
I might just hook it up here in the living room. Like, just put it right on top of the Xbox 360 and hook it up to the 1080p TV. So,
might as well.
I can just game all the time, I guess.
Good for that, really. I mean, probably would be a good 1080p machine.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. Whenever I go to the house, it's like turn on the Xbox. Even though I have it set up for auto updates, I still have to update the games, right? By the time I update anything, have a seat. It's like, all right, let's go. Let's leave. Let's go back to our other place. I'm like, all right. It's like pointless. Maybe this summer that'll change, but yeah. So I'm just going to keep it hooked up to the living room. Yeah, just keep that on there. But yeah, so far so good. It's like with this Hobo LG TV that I've got, it's got 120 hertz capability, right, in 1080p. But obviously, I'm going to run it 4K 60. I feel like it's obviously again that difference where it looks like it's running higher than it did on the S. Maybe that was just 30 hertz. It was. Or whatever.
Probably
was it just 30? I don't know. I thought it was 60, but
for what game?
For any game, just even on the
game.
UI. Yeah.
Most games on the S didn't run as good on the S than they did on the X. The X always ran 60. A lot of the games on the S ran at 30.
Yeah. I'm thinking of I've been playing the Dead Space remake, so it definitely looked like the refresh rates are higher.
Not just that, but you're probably also getting actual 4K resolution.
Yeah, that's for sure. I can definitely see that.
The 1080p checkerboard shit that the other one does.
Yeah, playing Diablo, the beta, oh wow, everything looks a lot better. So definitely see the up-res and benefits of the X console itself. So just getting around the UI and the Xbox, that feels faster. So yeah, all good. It's a good purchase. Glad I paid for it. So but yeah, besides what other games, man, I think you guys talked about all the games we played. But I will start off with World War Z. Shout out to Ghost Nico and Drax, Nico's friend. So I was telling him about my experience with the Dead Space remake. And he was like, "Oh, dude, I've already completed that game 3 times." I'm like, "What? I can just barely get through it." He's like, "What are you playing on? Are you playing on hard?" I'm like, "No, I'm just playing on normal." So I actually went back and looked. And he's like, "Look," he goes, "Well, it's medium. It is kind of hard. So just drop it down a level." So because there's baby mode, which is very easy. And then there's easy, then medium, and then hard. So I'm like, all right, you know what? There's that spot I couldn't get past. I put it down a level, and then boom, I was able to get right past it. I didn't want to do it. I think my pride kind of got in the way where I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and, get through this hardcore if I can. But yeah, I put my pride aside.
Beneficial sometimes, if you get to a point where you just can't get past it, but you, instead of losing interest in the game, at least be able to continue on.
At least finish it. Yeah.
At least go through and play the rest of the way through. Yeah. Even if you lower the difficulty, you can at least get the experience,
Yeah. So that's worked out pretty good where, I've died a few times and I'm like, oh, I should not do this or that. Or, but it's cool. The spot I'm in now where it'll be they'll throw a big enemy at me. Right. And so it'll be hey, you could either try and fight that enemy, use all your freaking ammo on that enemy, or you can just go to your objective. The door will actually open, or you might have to put this battery thing in this thing to get the door to open, but don't waste all your freaking ammo on that one giant enemy. So I'm like, that's what I've been doing. Sometimes you don't have the option. You just have to fight the enemy, kill it, move on. So that's what I've been doing. And getting through it. And I love corridor shooters. And again, this game looks so good, running on the X with the lighting and everything. So enjoying it. I don't know. What point am I at in the game right now, actually? So I don't even know how much time I have left in it. So let's see, even on my objectives, just for the listeners, because he'd be like, yeah, Gunny, you're almost there. Or, let's see, the missions are acquire the liquid nitrogen. Oh, you're always unlocking even a new weapon. That's one thing Drax recommended where it's where do you put your skill points, into the weapons. So I've been trying to do it on the plasma rifle, or I just call it the freaking gun. Right. But I've been trying to just upgrade that first original one. And I always keep at least a flamethrower. So I think I've just upgraded that maybe twice, but a lot of my points are just going into my suit. So, for more oxygen, better health, shit like that. So, yeah. And yeah, some other weapons where I'm like, that's my new strategy where I'm not going to try to keep 7 fucking guns in my freaking ammo or, in my inventory. So, but you can only have 4 on the wheel or whatever that you can use. So, yeah. And ammo is not it's not like plenty of it, all over the place. So some parts of it does remind me of Resident Evil game where I'm like, I'm going to run out real quick here, so just on the regular, generic rifle. So, yeah, enjoying the hell out of that. I'm going to finish it. Definitely going to do it. Yeah, another game I kind of got into and I'm getting better at, Jesus, Vampire Survivors. So I finally got to a point with that first character, the guy with the whip, Antonio. So now I'm on that 3rd dungeon, Ryan. I'm on the 3rd dungeon. I just kind of went into the library twice, and now I'm in that factory section. So, and I don't know, you know how you pick up things or whatever. I don't know, they're just part of your inventory or your abilities or some shit. So, but yeah, I've definitely able to last more than 12 minutes, and lots of garlic, and yeah, that game's a fucking blast. So. Yeah, the only other character I think I've tried 4 of them, but the second one is she has the magic wand. So that's what I'm trying to work on now. And then I'll go back to the guy with the whip and, play that for a little bit. But yeah, that game's a ton of fun. So just playing that on Xbox. Yeah, or I might just play it on PC Game Pass. So either way, it's all going to sync up. But yeah, I think that's really all I play, guys. So that's it for me. Obviously my Satisfactory. Yep. Always got to play that. So always grinding for more stuff.
Oh,
just let it run and get my inventory up. So.
Well, guys, I gotta head out.
All right.
All right,
Have
Ryan.
a good night.
Nice having you on. Yeah, have a good night.
It was good to be here again. But before I go, what time is it, Jesus?
It's news time.
All right, see you later, guys.
Later.
See ya.
All right, gentlemen. It's
now that we got AI Ryan out of the way.
I know, right?
second trial run of the AI system.
Pretty good. Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Worked well. He even, even talked about the pinball effects type stuff, just like Ryan would, It probably just knows, though. It's like if you type in Ryan Gibson, it probably just comes up pinball effects, I think.
Ryan plays pinball effects every day.
Yeah. It'd be kind of like if
even
we typed in Jesus
on his Switch.
The next time we'll have Jesus on, he'd be like, I played Call of Duty. I'm like, yeah, way to reach there.
All right, guys, we want some news here. Dark and Darker is now being delisted on Steam following legal action from Nexon. Developer Iron Mace has been served a case or a cease and desist order. Up-and-coming fantasy extraction game Dark and Darker has been taken down from Steam following a cease and desist, as well as a DMCA claim by publisher Nexon. It's an apparent escalation of Nexon's existing dispute with Dark and Darker developer Iron Mace around the game's development assets. Overnight from March 24th into the 25th, assets and material from Dark and Darker Steam page were removed, followed by its co-op and PvP servers going dark, and then culminating with the removal of the game from the Steam store. This follows the search earlier this month of Iron Mace's offices, where police went in there and seized materials related to the game project, Gunny. At the time, Iron Mace said that, quote, absolutely no stolen assets or code were used to make our game, and that players should not worry as nothing was found. Clearly, Japanese Korean game publishing giant Nexon disagrees with them, though as of yet, no legal details have been forthcoming. In a statement posted to the Dark and Darker Discord server, a representative for Nexon said that, quote, "We have recently been served a cease and desist letter and DMCA takedown by Nexon regarding Dark and Darker based on distorted claims. We are currently working with our legal team to remedy this issue in the best manner possible. Due to the sensitive legal nature of this issue, we must be careful with with our statements. So as to not to jeopardize our position, we ask for your understanding as we work to get the game back up as quickly as possible. The latest escalation is part of an ongoing legal dispute between Nexon and Iron Mace, as well as a personal legal disputes between Nexon and Iron Mace employees. Employees at Iron Mace were formerly working at Nexon on a project called P3, which was canceled back in 2021. That Nexon alleges bears a lot of similarities to Dark and Darker, seemingly implying that Iron Mace is now using stolen assets and stolen code to create Dark and Darker. Dark and Darker is an extraction shooter, but it's also a first-person dungeon crawling fantasy game. So yeah. Dark and Darker was due for another public playtest from April 14th to the 19th of this year. But, I mean, as of now, that playtest is probably being canceled. So,
is Dark and Darker, is that? I think I've seen it on Twitch. It's like a medieval style Tarkov.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they seem pretty confident. This Nexon seems pretty confident that they stole their shit.
I mean, maybe they did.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's kind of crazy. We'll see what happens.
We'll find out, right? We'll find out. We'll see what they found.
Eventually, the courts will come on and say, yeah, this is what happened. Another news, Xbox news. Xbox is now removing their $1 deal from Game Pass globally. It says here, in a move that some users have loosely branded anti-consumer, Gunny, Xbox appears to have removed the years-old Xbox Game Pass $1 promotion deal from all of its platforms on a global scale, Mayo. It is not known if this is a permanent move or a temporary change, but for the time being, it brings an end to a deal that saw new users secure a month of Xbox Game Pass for just $1. However, there was still this sneaky trick that many users have taken advantage of for years now, where they purchase Xbox Live Gold, which is cheaper, and then they would sign up for the Game Pass Ultimate, which would essentially upgrade the Gold, or however much their Gold membership was, and convert all of it to Game Pass Ultimate. So if you had a year or 2 years of Xbox Live Gold, Mayo, for $120, and then you bought this $1 deal, it would turn your 2 years of Xbox Gold into like 2 years of Xbox Game Pass. So people were getting this shit like, they were getting a lot of like pretty much you were getting it like half off. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like legitimately you were paying like half of what you would normally pay for the fucking Game Pass you for like years.
I think I did that with like 10 months of Gold. But I did. That was legit, though. That was legit. I already had it in the system.
Was it, Gunny?
It was legit, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They said I can do it, and I did it. Like, I didn't add Gold like other people.
Oh, okay, Gunny. Right.
I do buy, like, some of the cards once in a while from, what's that website? Not CD Keys, but they do it, too. Whatever it's called. Newegg. I think they have deals sometimes. Microsoft don't care. They got so much money. They're like, just take the Game Pass Ultimate. It's cool. We can afford it. Jerks.
What else you got for us, Jesus?
Another news. Move on here to more news. Fallout writer Chris Avalon's accusers have now settled their libel case for 7 figures. Two of the women.
How much is 7 figures?
$1 million.
Yeah.
Tens of millions?
It could be 1 to 9 million. 10 million would be 8 figures. Yeah, Gunny.
A lot of monies.
2 of the women who accused game writer Chris Avellone of sexual misconduct back in 2020 now say that they were misinterpreted and have retracted their statements to the press after they settled a libel lawsuit brought by the Obsidian co-founder. We believe that he deserves a full return to the industry and support him in those endeavors, Carissa Barrows and Kelly Ray Bristol wrote in a joint statement. Avellone shared the statement and details about the settlement in a Medium post on March 25th. They said, quote, "The parties resolved the matter and claims were dismissed with prejudice pursuant to a confidential settlement. That settlement includes the return of an attorney fee award previously entered in California against Avellone, as well as a 7-figure payment to him from Barrows and Bristol," Avellone told Kotaku in an email. Barrows told Kotaku that she could not comment on the settlement outside of what was included in the Medium post, and Bristol could not be reached for comment. A writer and designer on critically acclaimed role-playing games like Planetscape Torment, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, and Fallout New Vegas, Avellone was one of a number of key figures in the gaming industry accused of sexual misconduct in June of 2020. Bristol wrote on social media at the time that Avellone had groped her at a trade show, while Barrows then told Kotaku in an interview that he tried to get her drunk and tried to have sex with her. She said, quote, at the time, "He assaulted me 100%, but I stopped him," end quote. At the time, Avellone apologized to Barrows and others on Twitter, but did not respond for requests for comments. He was secretly dropped as a consultant from games like Dying Light 2. A year later, however, Avellone publicly denied the allegations in June 2021 in a June 2021 Medium post, and then proceeded to file a libel lawsuit in California against Barrows and Bristol in particular. That case was eventually dismissed via an anti-SLAPP motion in 2022. That's a strategic lawsuits against public participation by review of an appeals court, and then Avellone was ordered to pay attorney fees. And then a separate libel lawsuit was filed in September of 2022 in Illinois, and both sides were preparing for discovery proceedings prior to reaching a settlement. As part of that settlement, Barrows and Bristol now say that Avellone, quote, "never sexually assaulted or abused either of us." Their statement goes on, "We have no knowledge that he has ever sexually abused any woman. We have no knowledge that Mr. Avellone has ever misused corporate funds. Anything we have previously said or ever written about Mr. Avellone to the contrary was not our intent. We want to support women in the industry. In so doing, our words have been misinterpreted to suggest specific allegations of misconduct that were neither expressed nor intended. We are passionate about the safety, security, agency of women, minorities, and the LGBTQIA+ persons, and every other community that has seen persecution in the video game industries. We believe Mr. Avellone shares a desire to protect and uplift those communities. We believe that he deserves a full return to the industry and support him in those endeavors." On Monday, March 27th, Barrows emailed Kotaku and other press outlets a copy of this statement, requesting to, quote, "retract my previous comments concerning Christopher Avellone." In a separate statement, Avellone wrote in his latest Medium post to people that people respect Barrows and Bristol's privacy and to use this opportunity as a means to listen to all voices in improving our culture and our communities. I appreciate the willingness of Ms. Barrows and Ms. Bristol to work with us in addressing the issues within the gaming community, and their advocacy is to be commended and supported. There are still many very real challenges that we face, but I am confident we can face them together, Avellone wrote. So, that's crazy. So pretty much they lost in court, and now they have to apologize, I think.
Now I wonder, I mean, do they still work there?
I don't know, but he sued them for millions of dollars. I mean, he obviously got paid, or he's going to get at least $1 million out of him. And minimum $1 million, right?
Yeah.
7 figures. A minimum $1 million, at most $9 million. And they obviously have to apologize or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, some of the things we don't know, like, like who they are in the company, right? Like, doesn't
I don't know.
There's like 10 different articles on this. But yeah.
In other news,
glad he defended himself, if he's not guilty.
Yeah, hopefully he gets his job back. That must suck, dude, having to lose your job like that, literally probably overnight he lost his job. Have to deal with all this bullshit. Have to fight to fucking prove that you didn't do something. So hopefully dude gets his job back. In other news, GameStop has now turned a profit, Mayo. Okay, listen, Mayo. I know
they've made a profit now?
I know you're a GameStop shareholder. You're the big GameStop. Yeah, you were part of that big short that happened. You made $1 million. I know you did. GameStop has now turned a profit for the first time, Mayo, in 2 years.
Damn,
right?
So, wow.
On the rise. Yeah, making a comeback.
Yeah, comeback. GameStop has
we all thought they were dead.
Since the launch of consoles.
Profitability. The company announced earning results this week, reporting that it posted a profit of $48.2 million for the fourth quarter of the fiscal year, marking the company's first quarterly profit in 2 years. This was a massive improvement over the $147.5 million loss during the same period last year.
Wow.
GameStop posted these results after implementing a series of cost-cutting measures, which included layoffs. In fact, GameStop enacted at least 3 rounds of significant layoffs in 2022. Not only that, but now managers have reported being under intense pressure to deliver results. GameStop saw a revenue of $2.2 billion during the first quarter, down slightly from $2.25 billion for the full year. The picture wasn't as rosy for the full year, though. GameStop posted a revenue of $5.9 billion for the full year, which is down from $6 billion during the previous fiscal year. For the full year, GameStop did post a loss of $313 million, but that is an improvement from the loss last year of $381 million. GameStop CEO Matt Furlong has now said the company's aim is to create a path toward a full year of profitability in the future. For the full year, GameStop had $1.3 billion in cash and cash equivalents on hand, compared to the $1.2 billion they had last year. So,
stocks are doing good, kind of.
GameStop says that they're going to look to make more money in 2023, Gunny, by getting better terms from their suppliers and their vendors, and by allocating enough new consoles to meet demand, they said. GameStop will also prioritize its collectibles category, like Funko Pops, which is a business that GameStop has now seen a lot of growth potential in.
I thought the Funko Pops are kind of on the decline. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I know, some people in the community. I know Bill collected them for the longest time. I know he sold a lot of his collection, but I don't know. I feel like you kind of seeing them everywhere for a while, but now I feel like it's kind of like backing down a little bit. But I could be wrong. Yeah. I'm not in that community. Somebody else would better know better. But
do you think most people are just ordering them online at GameStop.com? I would think that's a majority of their sales from like a Funko. Like you can get the ones that you want,
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of having to drive to a brick and mortar store. Oh, you don't have fucking, this set of these characters.
Actually going to go to my local GameStop today. I was out doing some run. I had to take my daughter to track and volleyball or track practice, and I had to kill some time, and I thought about letting my girlfriend borrow my Xbox, my One X, and because I just really don't use it, and she wanted Skyrim, and yeah, she's like, I used to play Skyrim. She's like, if you let me borrow it, I'd love to be able to play Skyrim on it. So I looked, and I was trying to find it like on the digital store, and it only showed like the Series X and S upgrade version or something like that. I'm like, maybe I can't buy it digital anymore. So then I looked at CD keys to get the Xbox version. Sold out. You can't buy it on there. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just buy like the physical copy at GameStop. Like maybe they'll have one. Skyrim's everywhere. That game has been around since the dawn of time, I feel like. Yeah. But I went to go to my GameStop and it was like probably 11 o'clock in the morning. And it was closed yet. I didn't go up and look at the hours on the door, but I was kind of surprised. Like it was 11 o'clock and it was closed.
That's about the time they open, right?
It didn't look like it was out of business. I don't know. It might have been right before 11. I don't know. Because my daughter's practice was from 10 to 12. But I had stopped and did some other shopping.
Some stores I've been reading because I go to Reddit sometimes and read the GameStop Reddit, and a lot of the employees go on there and talk shit about GameStop. And one of the things that I have been noticing is that some people say that they have to close their store to go to lunch and to go to breaks.
Yes, they do.
Because they're the only employee there.
Happened, yeah.
They're the only person working.
Drove by and they had the grate, like you could see the doors were locked up and it had like a grate in the doors, like it was all locked up. The lights were all off. So I'm like, all right, I'm not like going to get out of the car and go look at the hours because I would have to park and everything and walk up and look. So I just like, I'll catch it some other time. But so I think I'd do some more digging anyways. But yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can find like a physical copy and just put it in the Xbox if I give it to her to
get her Elden Ring.
Get her Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's going to fucking hate that shit. In other news, technology news, tech company NVIDIA has now slammed cryptocurrency in a recent interview with The Guardian, with Chief Technology Officer, the CTO, Michael Keegan, saying crypto doesn't bring anything useful to society. The United States-based chip-making company processors, which are geared for gamers, infamously also found popularity amongst crypto miners due to their processing power. Keegan says despite NVIDIA's sales success in the sector, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to redirect the company to support whatever it is. He said, I never believed that crypto is something that would do something good for humanity. AI does. Oh.
What?
Oh, AI does.
Who's this guy coming out of left field with this crazy shit?
He gets to make all these decisions, huh?
Listen, Kagan says he believes the processing power of the company's cards would be put to better use developing and running AI tech like ChatGPT, as opposed to crypto mining, which he likens to high-frequency trading, an industry that his former company, Mellanox, struck gold and prior to being acquired by NVIDIA in 2020. With ChatGPT, everybody can now create his own machine, his own program. You just tell it what to do and it will. And if it doesn't work the way you want it to, Mayo, you tell it, I want something different.
My prerogative.
NVIDIA's praise of ChatGPT should not come as a surprise, given the first version of the AI was trained on a supercomputer built with 10,000 NVIDIA graphics cards. The tech company has previously taken steps to try and limit the use of their products for crypto mining, despite the volume of sales from the sector. NVIDIA announced the release of a number of new graphics cards with limited hash rates to discourage the mass purchasing of the graphics cards by miners in May of 2021. In a blog post at the time, the company said the move would help get GeForce GPUs in the hands of gamers. Unfortunately, the attempt to dissuade miners was rendered almost obsolete due to a developer driver version that contained code to circumvent the limiter on the RTX 3060 released shortly after launch. The limiter has now since been removed, giving the lack of success. So it says here, NVIDIA is one of many companies trying to distance itself from cryptocurrency and seems poised to do so by jumping all in on AI tech and development. Jensen Huang, the company's CEO, said that AI would reinvent nearly every industry at the annual NVIDIA conference, likely powered by the company's cards. The shift is a timely move, given the collapse of the cryptocurrency market, as companies have now begun to lay off staff and to cut costs to try to survive the downturn. Whether or not NVIDIA's involvement in the growing use of AI continues is yet to be seen, but Keegan's comments are sure to further dissuade crypto miners from the company's products. Dun, dun, dun.
They made them so much money. So much money. It's like
they're fucking liars. So shut
I know. It's like Jesus. It's like you give me a ride to work every day, right? And I really appreciate it because I have no car. And then a year later, I'm driving around in a fucking Ferrari, going, "Yeah, bitch, you ain't riding in my Ferrari.
Fuck you, Jesus. I don't need your stupid fucking rides.
You sucked anyway. I fucking hate fucking riding in your car. Yeah, fuck off, NVIDIA. I'm sorry. I sound like Ryan now from last week against PlayStation here, but it's like, fuck you, fuckers.
In other news,
you suck, NVIDIA.
Lighthouse Games, all right, Mayo. Lighthouse Games is a new studio headed by Gavin Rayburn, who is the former studio head and founder of Playground Games, the developer behind Forza Horizon. It's going to be located in Leamington Spa, United Kingdom. The newly formed studio is currently working on an unannounced new IP. Although the initial press release announcing the studio's opening was brief, it mentioned that Lighthouse Games aims to develop a new best-in-class game with the help of key founding members from Playground Games' original team and other industry talents. So there's that. Yeah. New AAA studio, man. Are you excited?
I am.
So,
especially if it's from Playground, they make.
It's a team of 30, comprised of both former colleagues and other experienced developers. Rayburn is hard at work on an unannounced new IP, and he said, "I'm at my happiest when I can see a sky of potential above me to work towards. I want to achieve as much as I can in my career, and although I don't move often, the moves I have made have all been driven by the desire to achieve more and to make the biggest and the best games I possibly can. I've only got one career and I want to make the most of it. I like it and indeed need to see the potential ahead of me. Always having something new to work towards. When I have that, I'm happy." And that's what Lighthouse is about for me. It's about having an open sky above in which to grow with my team and to do even better things. This is the vision we all share at Lighthouse, to utilize all our experiences and learnings to achieve something bigger and better than we have achieved before, something truly special. People should be looking at Lighthouse expecting that we'll be producing something highly polished and technologically ambitious, and that's exactly our ambition, and the heritage of our team makes that possible. It says here, it's been more than a decade since Rayburn last formed a new development studio, and it's an interesting time to be doing so. So there's that. I mean, pretty much. So his last studio that he made is Playground Games, and they've obviously made the Forza Horizon series.
Yeah.
They also made what else?
Detailed games.
I mean, that's all they've made, right? I mean, they're working on Fable, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
that is a AAA studio right there.
But
I have faith in.
Lighthouse Studios is fully independent, Mayo and Gunny. While every title Playground Games did create was exclusive to Xbox, the studio was not acquired until 2018 by Microsoft.
Yep.
Codemasters was also independent, but by the time Rayburn left it, it was a much larger company than the one he joined as a freelance programmer in 1986. So he used to work at Codemasters, which made the Burnout series and shit, right?
Yes. Wait, Codemasters? No, that was all EA, I think.
Was it all EA?
Wait, who made Burnout? I forgot who that was. There's another studio. I forgot the name.
Fuck. I don't know. Anyways, this guy made a new studio. It's coming. What did Codemasters make?
F1?
So look at their games. They got their
F1, all the 2016, 2017, whatever.
They made Project Cars. I'm trying to find their games here. Their list of games.
Oh, that was from Criterion, Jesus, that made the Burnout series. I knew it was different.
Yeah. So they made a bunch of games. They made
a British video game developer based in
Codemasters made a lot of shit, dude. They made like a lot of stuff. But you're right. Currently, they're making all the F1 games. And they made that Need for Speed Unbound. That was the last game they made.
Yeah, and I still need to play that. It's downloaded. It's ready to go. I'm like, nah. Racing games,
They made all the F1 games pretty much. The Dirt games.
Yeah, the Dirt ones are good.
Operation Flashpoint, game called Fuel, Damnation.
Good, yeah.
Going all the way back, Mayo, to 1986, they made a game called Super Robin Hood.
Don't know it.
Or the Amiga. It's a bunch of PC consoles, the Commodore, the Atari, and the NES.
Yeah.
Then they made BMX Simulator after that, Grand Prix Simulator, Ghost Hunters, 3D Starfighter, Jet Bike Simulator. They got a lot of games.
Yeah.
So apparently he used to work for them, and then he founded the studio that makes Forza Horizon, which is Playground. And now he found this studio. Hopefully nobody acquires them. Like, I don't want to hear like next week, Microsoft.
Yeah, it seems like this guy can't get away from big corporate, you know?
Microsoft acquires Lighthouse Studios.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck, you know, he's going to be like, fuck, I quit. I want to start another studio.
Can I just be indie for just 1 year, please? Yeah.
In other news, let's move on here to some more news, guys.
Hey, I've got one here real quick, Jesus, I wanted to read.
What?
Because I don't know if we talked about that Unreal Engine 5. I know it was announced a while ago, but this was from the State of the Unreal address, which I watched most of it on Twitch because I was on vacation. And so this was at GDC 2023. So they announced a wide-ranging suite of features for the Unreal Engine 5.2. But perhaps the most important feature coming in the update engine doesn't relate to lighting, geometry detail, or ray tracing. It's all about performance. Games right now, or wrongly, have been associated with stuttering and hitches over the last few years. With the new release, Epic is finally taking the problem head on. So I thought this was a high time to break down why Unreal Engine games so commonly show stutter, what Epic is doing to solve the problem, and when we can expect to see those efforts show up in a new release. So, yeah, they're working on the stuttering, man. So, they're working on it.
Some more piece of news, Mayo. Ubisoft has now fully confirmed that they will not attend E3 2023. Instead, they're opting to host their own live presentation in the LA area in June. So this comes as a move, you know. They're saying no more E3 for us. We don't need E3.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much just dead now. What it sounded like.
Yeah. So who is showing up?
But
nobody's showing up. Everyone's got their own shit.
Yeah.
EA has their own thing. Xbox has their own thing. PlayStation hasn't said anything, but they're not going to be there. Nintendo says that they're not going. Who is going to be there? Just random.
Anybody's going to be there.
That's a good question. Yeah,
like indie developers, maybe
some indie guys. But even like indie guys are not there. Like that Devolver Digital isn't there. They don't give a fuck. They're not there. Nobody's there. It's going to be empty. Is
it still called E3? Like the people that bought it?
Yeah.
Or I guess you could say they bought it.
It's still called the E3 Expo.
Yeah, here's an article here. Just talks about. So this was like a week and a half ago. So this was for Ubisoft. But what trying to think is it? Isn't Ubisoft? I don't know. I think they've always been at E3. Well, they were. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look good though. Talking about who's going to be there.
In other news, there's a Sony 75-inch TV right now, Mayo, which is on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it supports PS5's features or something. I don't know. It's on sale. It's down to $528 for the 50-inch, and the 75-inch is down to under $900 from $1,000. Ooh.
I saw some really nice ones at Costco. Some nice Sony TVs. This
other big piece of news I have here is. So, members of Congress from both sides of the aisle, guys, both sides, are now pressing President Biden and his administration to take action against PlayStation Xbox console competition in Japan. Policymakers have now raised concerns this week to Biden officials, saying Sony's business practices in its native Japan are blocking U.S. America companies from competing in that country's gaming market and could be running afoul of U.S.-Japan trade deals. The unexpected pressure has now become public on Thursday when Senator Maria Cantwell from Washington pressed U.S. Trade Representative Katherine Tai on it during a trade hearing. 10 members of the House also sent 2 letters on Thursday to Tai and Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo urging action. What they're saying is they said, quote, "Today we write to bring to your attention the imbalanced Japanese video game market, which we are concerned may be a result of discriminatory trade practices that could violate the spirit of the U.S.-Japan Digital Trade Agreement," states one of the letters, signed by 4 Republicans from the House, including Carol Miller from West Virginia and Mike Carey from Ohio.
Oh, those dirty Ohio people.
The Republican letter alleges that Sony PlayStation has 98% of the high-end console market in Japan, and that they signed deals designed to keep hit Japanese games from Microsoft's Xbox system, and says such moves may violate Japan's antitrust laws. The Japanese government's effective policy of non-prosecution when it comes to Sony appears to be a very serious barrier to United States exports, with real impacts for Microsoft and the many, many U.S. game developers and publishers that sell globally, but see their earnings in Japan depressed by these practices, the letter continues. So, between the lines, it says, Sony has had a steep advantage over the Xbox in Japan for decades, though the secrecy around gaming contracts obscures the underlying causes. It says here, Sony does occasionally secure major platform exclusives, as with Square Enix's Final Fantasy 15, right, or 16. A Japanese-made game, Mayo. A Japanese-made game expected to be big with the Japanese and the global audiences, and it's only slated for PlayStation, not for Xbox.
That's wrong.
My God. Oh, how dare they? How dare they make an exclusive deal with the Japanese console? But Japan's console market is also not quite a two-horse race. Nintendo is excluded from the definition of high-end consoles by policymakers. So they're only talking about Sony here. It says here, the heat on Sony is unmistakably coinciding with the Japanese company's own pressure on antitrust regulators to block Microsoft's $69 billion bid to buy Activision Blizzard. It says here, Sony's anti-competitive tactics deserve discussion, and we welcome further investigation to ensure a level playing field in the video game industry. While Microsoft isn't saying just how involved it was in orchestrating this push to make Congress people write letters to Japan. Sony reps did not reply for any comments, but so let me read you a part of this letter, okay, guys? I'm going to read you. Japan allows foreign gaming companies to sell to its market, but U.S. companies have never gained a foothold, Gunny. Microsoft debuted its Xbox in Japan in 2002. And despite 20 years of investment, Mayo, 20 years of investment, okay, still has a negligible 2% share of the high-end console market. Our understanding is that the Japanese government tolerates a range of exclusionary conduct by their domestic companies that may violate Japan's antitrust laws, and that this inaction by the Japanese government is harming the ability of the U.S. companies to compete in their country. We understand that Sony, which holds 98% of the market in Japan, pays third-party game publishers not to make their content available on Xbox, and systematically negotiates exclusivity arrangements that keep most of the popular games in Japan off of the Xbox. The Japanese government's effective policy of non-prosecution when it comes to Sony appears to be a serious barrier to United States exports, with real impacts for Microsoft and many of the U.S. game developers and publishers that sell globally, but see their earnings in Japan depressed by these practices. Such policies can distort trade every bit as much as high tariffs or non-tariff barriers like discriminatory licensing practices, with the same result of allowing a domestic incumbent to protect its market share from foreign competitors. Such policies can also distort trade in the U.S. and third countries by providing a monopoly at home that can be leveraged for competition abroad. So, all right, guys. This is serious, guys, okay? Microsoft just wants to put Japanese games on the Xbox, and the Japanese Sony is over there like, no, we get all the Japanese games. Fuck you, Mayo. You don't get no Japanese games on your shit. You're American.
Right. And it's hard, too, because it seems like, Sony does have that.
They do.
Market over in Japan. Like, the Xbox doesn't sell over there.
But they're right. Sony is always making deals with Square Enix and shit. These companies that are big in Japan, huge Japanese companies, right? That are exclusively making games for them. But they're not like Sony doesn't own Square Enix. Square Enix is their own shit, right? But they're making these deals for Final Fantasy, which we know it's fucking huge in Japan. But they make it only for the PlayStation. And Microsoft,
I would say that is another argument I hear from people within the Xbox community where they really want to play that Final Fantasy game, but they're like, we can't have it. We can't have it on Xbox. But
you cannot do it, Gunny.
Probably one of the most sought after games.
All I see here is Xbox.
Third party.
All I see here is somebody at Xbox, Mayo. Mm-hmm. Went and had lunch with some senators in Washington State, right? All right. They invited the senators from Washington State to come have lunch with Phil and Billy Gates. Hey, guys, come have lunch with us at Microsoft headquarters.
It's on us. We're paying.
It's on us. We're paying for the caviar, and they flew them out there in the private jet and had the limo waiting at the airport. The Microsoft executive limo, just waiting for them at the airport, and drove them out there, wined and dined them, and said, hey, guys, okay, we need you guys to put out a fucking letter today to the goddamn Japanese government and make this a big deal, okay? We're going to make this a huge deal. We're going to say that they're not letting them put Xbox, no Japanese games on the Xbox. You're going to make this a big deal, okay? Because we're trying to buy Activision.
We need to get the rhetoric train going here.
Yeah, exactly. They wine and dine those motherfuckers. That's all this is, in my opinion. I mean, good move, Microsoft. But I know what you did, Phil. Phil went out there. Phil put on his cool jacket. Okay.
Definitely.
He went out there with his nicest jacket, and he wined and dined some senators in Washington. And then he flew over to Ohio and wined and dined some senators in Ohio. And then he's like, oh, yeah, hey, guys, we need more games on the Xbox.
Sony's got it locked up over in Japan. Yeah. What can we do about this?
They're like, what about Nintendo? Oh, we're not going to talk about them. They're my friends.
Right.
Reggie's a buddy. Oh, he's not there anymore.
They're like, Nintendo's our buddies. They let us sign the Call of Duty deal. They said that they would do it for 10 years. They're cool. But that Sony guy, fuck them. You gotta say that they're not letting us put their games on our console. We don't.
Brian's he's not bringing his toys to the damn sandbox.
Don't mention Nintendo though. Don't mention them. Don't even say Nintendo in the letter. Okay. Don't even mention that company at all. Like, isn't it funny how this letter does not mention Nintendo at all? It doesn't even say like Nintendo at all.
Yeah.
It only says Sony. It's all it mentions. It's like, okay, really, guys, come on. We know what happened here. You guys wined and dined these senators and told them, hey, we need you guys to create a buzz. Make Sony the bad guy.
You're our biggest contributors. What can we do?
Oh, of course.
Our biggest donors. We need that letter.
Of course, Billy. We'll write that letter right away.
We'll start shooting emails immediately.
Yeah.
Exactly. Can you write them to the people over in the UK?
How much money are you donating to my campaign for the next election? How much money do I get for this? Yeah. How much money do I get into my trust account for this letter? Oh, 100,000? Okay, I'll write this letter. I'll sign it. Yeah. That's all it was, man. That's all it was. And that's all politics is people getting wined and dined by different companies to push different laws. Now you know how the government works, Gunny. It ain't about beliefs or about Republicans and Democrats and religion. No, it ain't none about that.
It's about that almighty dollar, isn't it?
It's all about money, man. I bet you could get any of these Republicans that are like, oh, I'm a super Christian, God-fearing man. I bet you there was like a crazy guy who was like, I'll give you $1 billion to say you're a Satanist. You're a fucking Satanist. You worship Satan. I dare you to say that.
On Twitter right now.
They'd fucking do it. You know what I mean? They'd fucking do it for $1 billion. They would fucking do it. They would pass some law saying that Satanism is the new fucking religion of the country.
They'd be like, if I get through to Congress, I'm going to wear horns the whole time on the floor.
Exactly. I'm going to wear fucking some dark robes and shit in the middle of the fucking Congress floor. You know what I mean? Like, fucking use a Ouija board and shit. You know, that's exactly what would happen. You know what I mean? Not give a fuck. It's all about the money, man. You know.
You want me to say Hail Satan on TV? I will.
I will say Hail Satan all day long. Mm-hmm. Satan drives forward. Mm.
Yeah. I saw that. I think I saw part of this. Like, I didn't read like the article till you just talked about it, but there was I know that one of the senators that somebody was pointing out on Twitter, like, look who they support the most. And it was like, obviously like Microsoft or whatever, like shows how much you're right. Cause it's all got to be transparent, how much they actually donated or it was like a lot of money. I was like, wow. Yeah. It's like $48,000. Yeah, of course. Yeah, interesting. So, big money, you know? But yeah, it looks like that deal is going to go through. Who is it over in the UK? What are they called? The freaking whatever. Fucking, I don't know. The regulators over there from the UK said everything's good. We're good to go on our end as far as the acquisition goes. But I guess we're just waiting on. Who is it over here in America? All these 3-lettered governments here, you know. It always throws me off. So, Fair Trade Commission? I don't fucking know. So, whatever. It's going to get bought. It's going to get acquired.
Yeah. It's going to happen. They're going to make it happen. Microsoft has enough money to lobby everyone, dude.
Yeah.
They do not give a fuck.
But somebody put out, Jesus, one of the things I read is, you know, obviously I like to read the comments. Some are really funny. But there were some other discussions where they were talking about, you know, once the deal goes through and they've got the full ownership of it, like, do you think we'll see then Sony wanting to buy up something like it? I think we talked about it already, right? Like a 2K or Ubisoft or something. I
mean, guess who the number one contributor for Senator Maria Cantwell from Washington is?
Yeah, that's the one. That's where I saw on Twitter.
What is her number? Guess her number one. Mayo, I want you to guess her number one, the company that gave her the most money in the last election.
Because I made the amount up, but because I just briefly looked at how much it was.
Microsoft Corporation is the number one on her list.
Yeah, did you see the email that she sent?
And they gave her $116,000 last election.
Yeah, I like how she put in the email, you know, like, this is an urgent matter, you know, it's a serious business.
Them Sony guys, they're evil. You need to stop them, Japan. Yeah, okay, Senator Cantwell, we know why you wrote this letter. Okay, we know. I want to look up the other guys now. Adam Smith contributions. That's the
We're gonna find all of us. Microsoft for all of them.
Microsoft for all of them, bro. Yeah, exactly. Right. That's all this is, guys. Number
except
one
for the one Sony of America guy, you know.
Yeah, the one
like,
guy.
Fuck
that. Oh man.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, I found it on her website. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody pointed that out real quick. I was like, yeah, okay. That makes sense. It's all right there, black and white. So,
you can find all this shit. Let's look at his. Okay, his contributors. Look at everything. Look at the list here. Oh. Number 2 on the list. Guess who it is?
Number 2, Microsoft.
Oh, what a surprise! Oh, look at that, Gunny. Number one is some company called Kratos Defense and Security.
Oh, is that the drone company?
I have no idea what they are.
I got a friend of a friend. He works for a drone company. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
They send drones over. Like,
let's find. I'm gonna find this other guy. I'm gonna find the.
That's all I can say.
I'm gonna look all these guys up. Yeah.
Defense drones.
Guarantee that all these guys' top fucking campaign donator, Microsoft is in the top 5. Let's look at this guy. Derek Kilmer. So look, his Microsoft is number 12 on his list, but they're still up there in the top 20. Yeah, so all these guys, dude, like I said, they're all paid. They all get a little bit of money to their campaign, you know.
They all lobby for the same stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, how it is, dude. Why are you surprised, Mayo, that how this works?
You're muted, Mayo.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, I muted myself. Yeah, not in the least.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at Marilyn Strickland, who's one of the representatives in Washington, who was all about this letter, Mayo and Gunny. She's all about it, right? Calling Sony the evil ones. Number 3 on her list, Microsoft. Guess what number 2 is, Mayo? You will never guess.
Ubisoft.
Nope, you will never guess, Gunny.
Okay, I'm never gonna get. Okay,
you will never guess.
Walmart. I don't know. Just there's a million companies out there.
What's the biggest PC market for games?
Nvidia.
Valve.
Oh, there you go.
Valve is number 2 on her donators list. See, and Amazon is number 1. I mean, see, all these guys are bought by all these fucking companies, man. That's all it is. Home Depot is in there. All these companies that buy buy all these candidates, man. But yeah, Microsoft is number 3 on the list here for her. So it's like all these members guarantee you Microsoft is on the list. All of them getting paid. And you know what? You know what's crazy? They're both Republican and Democrat, Gunny.
Yeah.
It's a joint effort. They're crossing the aisle. It's like, no, they all got paid by the same
They're all
company.
there to unite. For one
they're all uniting forces, Gunny, for the gamers. Right, Mayo? They're all uniting for us.
They are.
To get them Japanese games on the Xbox.
They're dedicated.
They're uniting for us. Yeah, fucking right. You guys are fucking paid. You know what? Maybe we should start paying these senators, guys, so they can lobby for us. Lobby Horrible Gamers podcast. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Start doing it.
There we go. We're going to grow that way. Jesus, Gunny, send him some money.
You must listen to Horrible Gamers podcast after the Pledge of Allegiance every morning in school. Yeah.
Yeah, it's played in the background of every school day, all day long.
It's fucking 6-hour podcast playing all day long. Oh, shit.
Give us $100,000. Say what you want on the show.
But yeah. So, I mean, that's what I have for news. Microsoft is pushing the shit. Sony is the bad guy, even though, I mean, I kind of agree with what they're saying, but at the same time, it's like, whatever, dude. Like, Microsoft does it too, man. You know what I mean? Like, everyone does it. Exclusives are exclusives.
Yeah. I can't think of, I was trying to think off the top of my head, as far as third-party stuff, I know there's been timed exclusives. But
Microsoft doesn't get Final Fantasy, do they? What's the last? There's no Final Fantasy on the Xbox.
No. So what? When Phil came on, he's like, "I'm going to get all the Japanese games," which he did. He came through on it. As far as like
what Japanese games did he get?
All right, so okay, all the ones he brought over to like Game Pass, like the Yakuza series, all the old shit though.
Okay,
there have been some new
stuff. Yeah, okay, I've seen those. But is that available on the console Game Pass as well, or just the PC Game Pass?
No, I'm pretty sure it's available on.
I think I've seen on the console.
On console as well.
Hey, wow.
So yeah, I've played. Matter of fact, I've played a couple on. I think I played most of them on the console. Yeah, all those ones that came over there. You've got. I don't know. I think Nino Kuni. I think that's on Game Pass right now, but I think that's always been on Xbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything, from previous generations of consoles that, that were always just like on PlayStation 1 or 2 or 3. So, but I know Square, they've done, I know they've done deals with different, like, for, like you said, Nintendo, for Sony. Maybe they've done them for Xbox as well, for all I know.
What deals have Sony? I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah, I can't think of like. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a third party thing that's not going to come to PlayStation.
I mean, Tomb Raider was an exclusive. The first one was for the Xbox, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I learned that recently. That was
exclusive. I don't know. Everything else seems like it went to everything. Yeah,
I can't think of anything third party related. So
I was like,
only things like I've heard in podcasts where I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I just assumed it was on PlayStation, but
no, there's Final Fantasies on the Xbox. They're in Japan and shit. Yeah, there's Final Fantasy Type 0.
Yeah, they're all on Game Pass mostly.
Yeah, they're all in there. So why is Xbox crying about it then?
I think just that game in particular, because if you remember back, we read an article regarding when
the newest Final Fantasy.
I want to say when Sony came up with their version of Game Pass, and there was, I don't know, there was something with an email again. I'm just going off the cuff here where it was like they made it to where like, hey, look, this is not going to be on Game Pass. We are not going to allow it. I think that's what Sony wrote in their email to somebody to say it's not going to be allowed. And Square Enix, I guess, again, this was communication back and forth. And yeah, that caused a lot of fucking, that stirred shit up because they're like, wait, what? Like never? Like it just can never come there? Like even if it's 4 years later, they're like, no, you can't have it. So I don't know. Like it was a lifetime deal or something. I don't know. I mean, if Square, they're the ones making the game, and if they agree to it, then I don't know. I guess it is like damn near an exclusive game in a sense,
I guess.
Right? That game and its DLC are never coming to Xbox. So
I'm just trying to I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to think. Does Xbox have more games than PlayStation 5?
Yeah, I don't know
I don't know. That's a hard one to break down.
Without thinking of backwards compatibility, like at all. Just PS5 and Xbox Series games. The problem with the Xbox is that they're all backwards compatible, right? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like
most.
Who has more games right now, the PS5 or the Xbox Series consoles?
I think doesn't the 5 have more exclusive? I mean, more first-party stuff.
I would say the PS5 has more first-party stuff.
Yeah,
and just as much
releases.
I would say, if I had to guess, I would say PS5, but I don't know.
I mean, Xbox has a lot of studios, dude.
Right.
Yeah, but they haven't really announced much, since they've purchased them. I mean, you've got what, Redfall coming out from Bethesda, whoever that Tango. I don't know. Tango Works. I don't know who the fuck makes these games. Put me on the spot here, but yeah. What else is coming besides Redfall? I don't know. So, and again, Microsoft with their exclusives, where again that term is used lightly because they're always going to come to like Steam.
Oh yeah, right.
Not always, but it's just
they're
kind of
not
like that.
True exclusives, I guess.
Yeah. That's the way I see it. Like I see it that way because
they're console exclusives, but not really exclusive if you can play it on the PC.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think they should just come out and say it, just not on PlayStation. How about that?
Just get a PC, people. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see like why people don't want a PC because of the cost, right? It's too expensive, but like still like why not do it? And just think about the cost of having both consoles. This is like $1,000, right? For the Series X and whatever the S. $1,000 just spend that money on a PC.
Yeah, you're right, because it's like I can't afford to have PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass at the same time. I figured that out. I'm like, oh, that's too much,
Yeah, that's why I ended up dropping Game Pass for a little while, because I've been playing so much on it, and there's so much stuff on PS Plus that I've been playing backwards. Like I haven't played so many of these old PS4 titles. Like I've been getting way more out of the PS Plus right now for myself over Game Pass. Like I know Game Pass is a great deal, and I think Game Pass is better overall. But there's so much stuff on the PlayStation playing right now that I haven't played. I'm going back, like the Uncharted games and the Last of Us PS4 remake was on there. Like most of the first party stuff is on there. I could go back and play the Ratchet and Clanks and all that kind of stuff as well.
Right.
So for me, I've been utilizing.
I know. I miss it. I want to go black. I want to go back. I want to go back and do some Sackboy. Play some Jack and Daxter and whatever else is on there. Yeah. What is it? I own The Last of Us. Did I buy two? I can't remember. Matter of fact, Final Fantasy 16. That's on the PS Plus, and I can't play it, because I'm not paying my monthly subscription for it. So that's a good one. That is
I'm looking at a list right now of some of the major IPs that they would own, that Microsoft would own when they buy Activision Blizzard. I think it's more like of when, not if. So they're gonna own Beanox, which is a Canadian studio, and that was acquired by Activision. And so they've worked on Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk's. They're going to own Blizzard, which of course makes World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Overwatch, Hearthstone, Diablo, etc. High Moon Studios, which they're a supporting studio who worked on Call of Duty titles and Destiny 2. Infinity Ward, which of course makes Call of Duty and Warzone mode. They're gonna own King, which is best known for Candy Crush, and Raven Software, which they're the ones that made Soldier of Fortune, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Quake 4, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and their support Call of Duty titles as well.
Yeah.
And Sledgehammer Games, which was founded in 2009, they make Call of Duties. Toys for Bob, which apparently are the ones that made the Skylander games. They also made the Spyro game, the Reignited Trilogy, the Crash Bandicoot 4. They were used most recently for Call of Duty Vanguard as well. And then Treyarch, which makes mostly Call of Duty franchise since 2008, World at War. So these are big, but some of the titles that they're going to own in the gaming industry is Call of Duty. They're going to own Call of Duty. They're going to own Warcraft, Candy Crush, Tony Hawk, Diablo, Overwatch, Spyro, Hearthstone, Guitar Hero, Crash Bandicoot, and StarCraft.
Oh. Is that it?
Well, no, there's over 30 IPs that
I know you were you were pausing. I wasn't sure. Like those are just the major ones.
Those are just the major ones. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot.
And you think about that, what they already own by having acquired Bethesda and their big fucking titles. Like, what don't they own?
All right. So does this level the playing field, Jesus? After this is said and done, does this level the playing field with Sony?
Yes and no. Not until the games come out.
Yeah, they gotta get some games out first.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone thought, right? Like, oh, yeah, Bethesda's gonna level the playing field. Okay, yeah, maybe. If that fucking game, that fucking Star game, what the fuck is it called?
Starfield?
If Starfield delivers, but what if Starfield is a flop?
True. What if Redfall is a flop, right? I mean, it doesn't.
What if Redfall
it seems like a games for service. Here we go. Just another.
What if the next Fable is a flop?
Yeah.
What if all these big titles that Microsoft has paid billions of dollars for, Mayo, like
it's all a gamble.
The next Elder Scrolls, what if all that shit just flops? What if it's not good?
Don't say that. That's a curse, man.
What if it's
Skyrim
right?
6
I mean,
will be
I'm hesitant about Starfield. I know people are excited for it.
Me too. I'm just really hesitant. Yeah, I'm hesitant because usually by this point in time, most studios or big studios that are releasing a game that's that big, right? It's building up hype. They are releasing fucking videos all the time, fucking gameplay trailers.
They are holding this close to their chest for some reason. I think.
Are they scared? You know what I think it is? You know what I think it is? Is cyberpunk syndrome. They're scared.
Yeah.
They're scared to build up hype like cyberpunk.
Or like No Man's Sky even.
Yeah.
Like
they're
here's another one
of building up hype like that and being like, when people play, they're like, well, why can't I do that if I saw that on the trailer? Why can't I do this?
What's that game that it's not Marvel, it's they just showed gameplay of it recently. Not the Marvel universe, but what's the other universe, Jesus?
DC?
Was it the DC game that they showed? They did like a presentation, right? And I don't know if it was an hour or 2 hours. And I think people just came out like with just the pitchforks and the fucking torches and this game is fucking trash and how dare everybody has like a grappling hook and you're just shooting purple balls. I don't know. To me, like I heard the description and then I watched and I went, this doesn't look too bad. It's not a game for me, it's not, but it's definitely for people. Definitely they're going to be out there playing it every day. There's a market for it, but didn't they just scrap the game? Not scrap it, but just like, we're just not going to release it until further notice. And yeah, I don't know. But I think Bethesda takes notice when they see things like that, where they're like, oh gosh, they're going to see our game and they're going to hate it. And, maybe it's just better to do it 1 month in advance or whatever, start trickling videos out to your IGNs and Game Informer news media outlets, So, and we're going to restrict what review copies we send out, So, to what outlet we send it to. So I don't know. Is that a strategy? Maybe it is, right? Maybe it is a smart strategy. They might sell more copies that way. They don't want to show all their cards at once, or if they don't feel fully confident.
Well, I mean, are they really going to sell copies, or people are just going to play on Game Pass?
Yeah, that's going to be a majority of where people play the game.
How are they counting that? Okay, so like, I also want to know that, right? Because remember when back in the day Microsoft was touting, oh, Game Pass, it's making the gamers spend more money on games, and developers are seeing more money on their games being spent because more gamers are trying their games and then they buy their game. But then recently we got that article, Gunny and Mayo, remember? Where people, like some publishers came out and said like fuck no, Game Pass sucks. We put our game on there and and then people played it, but then nobody bought it. So like we didn't make enough money off that shit.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Like, yeah, Microsoft paid us an initial amount of money to put it on there, right? Like, yeah, we made that money, but then we didn't make any more money. We just fucking lost money because we put the shit on Game Pass on some fucking subscription model.
They didn't meet their like potential that they could have met.
Yeah, I think Outriders was a good example.
Made more money.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like you're dealing with like 4 different companies with the Outriders game situation. That was a little bit different.
They could probably look at it and see, like, say they release a game on PS5 and Xbox Series X. They could see the sales on PS5 and be like, okay, well, we have like not even
we made 20 million
of the sales. Yeah, say we made 20 million in PS5, but we made 1 million on Xbox, but we got paid 10 million for Game Pass. So we made 11 million, but we could have sold way more on Xbox if we would have released. Maybe. I mean, they could probably see that.
They're still doing that type of thing, Jesus, because I just saw it recently on Twitter. And I think it was with Atomic Heart where they talk about, this game reached 8 million people. Like it reached them. It didn't say they bought it. It just says it reached them,
Bro, it reached me and I played it for 20 minutes and I turned it off because it was on Game Pass.
So you're part of that reach.
Am I part of that reach?
You're added to that list. Yes.
Mayo,
you're part of that 8 million people. I'm just making the number up, but it could be 3 million.
All right, it reached me, but I don't give a fuck about it, so I didn't buy it.
It didn't touch you, right?
Okay, but listen, had it not been on Game Pass, maybe I would have bought it. That would have still. But no.
Well,
I would have bought it.
You can't, yeah.
No, but but no. Take out the equation of the PC. Say I'm not a PC gamer right now, and I'm just a regular Xbox PS5 gamer guy, and Atomic Heart came out. And there wasn't a Game Pass option. My option would be to go to fucking GameStop and buy it on a disc.
Yeah.
Try it out and then return it if I didn't like it, or buy it digitally and have to keep it forever. That is still a sell that company would have made $60 off of.
Right.
You know what I mean? They would have sold it as a full price retail game. Instead, now I got to subscribe to Game Pass for $15 a month, and I tried it. And it took an hour of my life, but I'm never going back to it again. So, like, I think that Game Pass is literally hurting the gaming industry in the future. I don't think, like, yes, I'm not saying that it's not a good investment for the gamers, Mayo. Game Pass is good for the consumer. I think it's bad for the companies.
Right. So, with that said, Jesus. Let's look at, for example, this Atomic Heart, right? Again, I don't know the numbers, right? They're just kind of promoting this as like a success, right? Through the Twitters, through the media outlets. But
listen, Gunny, Starfield, right? Starfield. Say Xbox has 100 million people subscribed to Game Pass by the time Starfield comes out. We have 100 million people on the PC and on the Xbox consoles paying for Game Pass when Starfield comes out. Starfield is an Xbox exclusive. How many people are going to buy the game versus just try it out on Game Pass? Okay, with that said, Game Pass didn't exist. Bethesda could be sitting there thinking, okay, we're projecting we're going to sell 30 million copies of this. That's our projected sales. We're going to hit, we'll say 15 million. We're going to sell 15 million copies of Starfield. We know this because we have 9 million pre-orders, and we're pretty confident in our game that we can push out 6 million by word of mouth and marketing. And then whatever else is just gravy on the mashed potatoes, right? That's whatever else extra, that's just gravy for us. But we have 9 million pre-orders, and we could do 6 million with marketing and shit. But now they're going to sell what? Maybe 9 million copies just in total, because the other 6 million that they would have made with the marketing doesn't account anymore because people are just trying it on Game Pass. I'm just saying, I think companies are legit not making as much money as they could because of Game Pass. I honestly think
I do wonder another thing. Like, I'll just add to that, Jesus, where, again, we're talking. Again, I'm just speaking specifically like Atomic Heart, right? So you've got Focus Entertainment, right, which is the publisher. I'm sure they made their money. You're right, and so Mundfish, I think is the name of the actual company. Like, who knows? Did that really benefit them? You know, maybe another one with maybe not that first party exclusive like you talked about, because we'll never know, right? Like Bethesda might be like, damn, we didn't hit our mark or whatever, but it's not like they're gonna even say it, you know. Microsoft would just be like, don't worry about it, we'll get it on the next Starfield style type deal, you know. Or who knows, it could be a success. And I don't know,
I don't know how helpful this. I just found this random website. It's called Game Sensor, and Atomic Heart, it says in here, has made in February 11 million gross, right? But when I go back, you can go back into like the top games and stuff like that. Like this Have a Nice Death game, I actually just picked this up on Steam. It's into it. This game came out, and when you click on that in February, it's made 50K, and that's an indie game. Or well, it's actually Gearbox, but it's only a $22 game.
I think it's only on PC. I don't know if I saw it on console.
What's that? The Have a Nice Death?
Yeah, I did see it on Steam, but did not see that on console. Maybe it's just not out yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it was or not, but it's made 50K, so it's made, what was the other one, 11? So like 39 more thousand in February? Yeah. In Atomic Heart? But how many people are, how many people bought Atomic Heart because it was on Game Pass, they just didn't buy it.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I think we've talked about this before. I think we won't know for a good long while. I don't know. I'm thinking like 5 years from now, right? I think a lot of it will be, revealed. I think that's what's going to happen, right? Whether it's from people within Microsoft or just from news, your Kotaku or something. Like, this whole time, it's just been ruining the gaming market with these Game Pass subscriptions, right? Like, you've got not only Microsoft, you've got Sony doing it as well. So kind of got both big companies doing the same thing. So, but I don't know. I mean, on the other hand, Jesus, you've got all these gaming companies in the deals, right? These publishers, right? So it's probably just the publishers telling these smaller game companies, this will benefit you in so many ways, So you'll sell more copies, you'll stay relevant. We'll see. See how that goes.
I'm still messing around on this website, Jesus. It's kind of interesting. I had brought up a chart. It's Steam top charts for February. Hogwarts Legacy, 166 million. Second place for February was Sons of the Forest at 34 million.
Damn. So, Hogwarts Legacy had 4 times the players.
Look at the difference, the numbers. Like after that, it was Modern Warfare at 20, Elden Ring at 15, Red Dead Redemption 2 was still at number 5. The Dead Space remake was next. Then Atomic Heart was number 7 on Steam. And it made 11 million. Then right behind it was Grand Theft Auto. That game just never dies.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just looking at video games and the sales and all that. Like, I don't know. I just, who knows? We'll see. I just hope Starfield isn't a flop. And if it is, then I'm scared for Fable. Because if Fable is a flop, then what does Microsoft have? What was the point of acquiring these studios if you're going to release shit games? Because it's not the studios that are,
right.
Like, what's going on here? Like, is it just Microsoft is bad luck? What's going on, Hey,
they got Halo. Halo's doing, never mind.
Dude, come on now. Like, they fucked up all this shit that Microsoft has had, they fuck it up. Okay? They somehow fumble the ball. Like, Halo at this point in time, it's been fucking 20 years, right, Gunny and Mayo?
Everybody quit.
Halo should be beating Call of Duty. Okay? It should. It definitely should. It should be the better shooter. Instead, they're so focused on acquiring a new company with the new shooter. Like, what's going to happen to Halo when you own Call of Duty?
Oh, good point.
Is it going to overshadow Halo?
You think they'll shut down 343? There'll be a support studio for Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is 343 going to become a support studio for the next Call of Duty title, Mayo?
Can you just see the guy in there, like the designer? He's like,
"What the?
Can't put Master Chief fucking armor on fucking."
Yes, we can. Yes, we fucking can. You're gonna make a Master Chief skin for the Call of Duty guy. You're gonna make.
Well, we gotta put it on PS5 too. So
Captain Price,
throw that in there.
Captain Price is Master Chief now. Okay, that's gonna put Captain Price in the Master Chief suit. It's all gonna be canon. All these Call of Duty guys are in Halo now. They're all part of Halo.
What are those things called? Grunts? Are we just gonna see those running around the battlefield?
Oh man,
got the little shields up.
Right, like the fuck.
Just off the top of my head, it just kind of random jumped in my head. We haven't talked about it at all. Have any of you guys messed with the Fortnite 2.0 creator thing?
No, I think I was gonna read that part of the article which they showed off in the new Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, I suppose I'm hearing some good things about it, but I haven't checked it out. I'm just kind of curious.
I think it's going to be a good where people can actually get paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be this hassle thing where they get a percentage or something. Like, they actually get money for it, which is nice.
I don't really know what all it is. I didn't really dig into it a whole lot. My son didn't really mention anything about it, and so I've only seen just a little bit. But I was curious if you guys have seen anything on it.
Yeah, just the initial presentation. But they showed off some cool shit over there on that UE5.
Nice.
All right, guys, we got our over here at the console corner. Not much has changed. We're still right at the very end of March with PlayStation 5, but get that Battlefield 2042 and Minecraft Dungeons over on PlayStation, and Code Vein for PS4, PS5. Xbox Gold, yeah, same stuff. Same, all three games. Trooper Brook, Sudden Strike 4, the complete edition, and Lamentum. So I'll go it all the way. Those are even going to go all the way. Now they're just shooting them all the way to April. Like, they'll just say, yeah, just fucking download it this month and next month.
We don't care.
So, they're not even getting creative with it. We have something new here, Jesus, for Game Pass.
Oh.
So Ni no Kuni 2 and Civilization 6. So the difference with this one is it's actually on console. So it's very controller friendly.
Nice.
6.
Yeah. I heard it wasn't well received as 5. I heard a lot of people prefer 5 over top 6, but
I think I remember that, man. When you joined the show, I was like, I think you were telling me, like, in the library, play 5, but 6 is not that great.
Yeah. I have both, and I think everybody prefers 5.
Yeah.
They changed some things in 6, and people didn't like it.
Over here in the Epic Store, we've got some cool stuff in here for your free Epic game. So you have Chess Ultra Chess. Let's see. I don't have the app open for that. I might open that up because there were some things in there where you can play some chess in 4K and VR. So you get VR rooms. Don't you want to play some hardcore chess, Jesus, in VR?
Yeah, every time I played VR, I thought to myself, you know what I could be doing right now instead of shooting this stupid gun? I could be playing chess.
Right, you could be staring at a table, for hours, right?
Instead of flying this cool 747 jumbo jet in Flight Simulator, I could be sitting at a table playing chess.
Instead of doing Mommy Milkers 2.0 in VR, you could be playing chess.
So instead of watching this VR porn in Pornhub, I could be playing chess. That's what I always thought when I was playing in VR. I always thought to myself, I could be playing chess.
Get on the limit, my friends. Get on the limit.
man, when I'm sitting here gaming, I think to myself, I could be playing chess.
Why am I all be playing chess? That's what they need to add into this Discord party thing.
I think we all need some chess in our lives.
Three-way chess. Three-way chess.
Super chess.
In 4K.
Oh, in 4K. I always, every time I play chess in real life, I'm thinking to myself, you know how this could be better, Mayo?
VR.
And if it was in 4K.
Right.
With ray tracing. If it only had RTX mode. In real life, we don't have that shit. We don't have no stupid RTX mode.
No way to play it like that.
But in the PC and the console, you do. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. Also, you've got another badass game here, but you got to download the game first, I found.
420.
Which requires the base game. This is called World of Warships.
Okay.
This is the starter pack. Ishizuki is the name of it. Jesus, have you ever just started out on your way in World of Warships, dip your toes into the water with a premium battleship and a set of sweet bonuses? Do you get it? Battleship, right? Kind of like a battle pass. Yeah, This is like your battle pass into World of Warships.
Listen, bro, you're gonna get in there. Everyone's gonna have this ship. Yeah. So, it's not even an advantage.
Right, you're gonna think you're special. Get jumping in. You got
look at me, guys. Look at me and my cool ship.
Japanese
everyone's
battleship.
Gonna be like, bro, everyone has the Japanese battleship. What are you doing?
So this pack includes.
Mayo has it. His dog has it. Everyone has it.
This is the tier 4 battleship, Jesus, you get. You also get a port slot. 11
the fuck epic. Why would I want a port slot?
Well, because otherwise you got to pay coins. You got to pay coins, and this one comes with a free port slot. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go. But no.
Is that where you can park it? So you could park it in a port?
That makes sense.
You park it in your port slot.
I've only watched it on Twitch and went, should I just download this free to play game? I don't know.
There's people that's all they play. No, I'm not even bullshitting.
World of Planes and World of Warships.
There's people that build PCs, Mayo, and all they do with that fucking PC is play World of Warships.
Right.
That's all they do. That's literally all they do. I saw a guy on Facebook gaming the other day. And the fucker built a badass gaming setup. It was pretty cool, actually. It looks like he had 5 monitors around him, big ass monitors, I'm gonna say. I'm assuming he was on a PC, Mayo and Gunny, but he had a semi-truck dash in his living room, and they had fucking RGB lights on it and shit. And he had a big fucking steering wheel like a semi-truck.
He was driving.
And he was driving the fucking semi-truck, and the screens were all around him were the windows. And this fucker, all he did for the 30 minutes that I watched him is sit there and play Mexican music really loud and drive this semi-truck, and people were just I'm talking at least 1,000 people were watching this stream and giving him stars and shit. And all he was doing was driving a semi-truck, Gunny.
Damn.
Gunny, listen, this guy's living your fucking life in his house, in his living room, and he's getting paid to do it, okay? That's all he's doing is driving this fucking semi-truck in a game.
When I went to get the Xbox earlier last week, at one of the first Burst Buys we went to, I think we were there for a fridge. I think I mentioned this. No, but... So the wife saw over in the console section, she goes, "What's that?" She saw the steering wheel, and it was I think it was for Xbox. It was like a racing wheel. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, that's a racing wheel for racing games. Do you have that? And I'm like, no. Well, where would I put it? You know what I mean? I'd have to take it off because
it's Gunny.
And I looked at the price. It was $329. I know those things are so expensive.
Gunny,
Mud Runner.
Gunny, you have a whole second house. You fucking grab one of those rooms. All right, listen.
Oh yeah, I can definitely put it there.
Listen, tomorrow I'm gonna go buy the steering wheel. Go up there, rip the dashboard off of your truck, your work. Install it in one of the rooms. Put a fucking chair in there.
I can go to the junkyard at work and grab the old hood.
Build yourself a truck simulator thing and just start streaming on Facebook and just stream like really loud Mexican music or like just like random Arab music or something, and just drive a semi truck. Don't even talk. Just sit there and drive, and people will watch you.
I'm gonna get 1,000 people following me. Huh?
Yeah, you're gonna be the biggest streamer on Facebook gaming. You think Shroud and this ninja guy and these motherfuckers can do it? You could do it, Gunny. You fucking sit there and you just drive and stream.
Gunny Trucker going down the road.
Gunny Trucker is a great channel name. You fucking go get that name, patent it right now, trademark. It's your license, and then you use it, and then you just drive.
I'd be like, thanks for the biddies and the flowers and whatever fucking diamonds and.
You don't even gotta thank him.
I'm a real truck driver, guys. Did you know that? I'm a real one.
You don't even have to thank him. You just have like an automated thank you thing on your fucking chat.
Fucking AI these days, right?
Right. Have Chat GPT thank them for you as you're fucking driving, okay? That's all you have to do. Just fucking drive. That's all. What are you doing with your life?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Should have bought that wheel.
See,
it's only $330.
Yeah. $330 now, which will make you like $1 million in a year. So you'll be good.
Yep. Get that donation page up immediately.
Yeah.
I need to add that to my Twitch.
Gunny's just driving. Gunny's just driving.
No refunds. Yep. Non-refundable.
Anyways. It's 420 episode.
Yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
420. How high are you, Mayo?
Well, it's not legal here in Ohio, so not at all.
Well,
damn Christian.
For legal reasons, he had to say that. For legal purposes.
Can you have it mailed to your house? Can I send you weed in the mail?
I'm pretty sure you can. Just fucking send it.
I don't know.
Just do it, Gunny. Listen, you really think the USPS has the resources to track all the weed down the mail? No.
Do you think if I put it on there, like, contains cannabis or whatever, do you think they're going to call local law enforcement?
No. I don't think they're going to care. I think they're just going to deliver it, but like, we don't fucking care. It's weed. It's not fucking... What's the big hit drug right now in the streets? It's not some fucking... What's that shit that everybody's dying off of?
Oh, is that Trank or something? Or is that like the latest of the latest?
What's it called? I forget what it's called. But
I always forget. It's not meth.
No, it's not meth. Fuck, I had it in my head and I just fucking forgot. Blinked out.
What are they bringing across the border, man? What's that called?
Yeah.
China makes it?
No idea.
Yeah, China makes it and they bring it across the border. I forget.
I know people are yelling at us. You don't know the names of these drugs?
Hey, you fucking stupid.
No, but there's this one called, is it called Trank? And I guess it's like a zombie drug. And like you get these like these sores that break out on your legs or something. And like you get these holes in your body. I don't know. It's fucking sick. It's crazy. Yeah, I think that's called Trank, but nasty. Terrible stuff. Never tried any of that garbage. I don't like it. So I'll stick to my weed, man. My beer. All right. Are we done with the show?
Maybe so.
Everybody's too high. Go find me on Xbox. Yeah, man. On there. On Steam and Epic Store under gamer tag Gunny Chief, and over on what else? PlayStation, still HGP _ Gunny. Over on Twitter, I'm at Kane Marston, KAINMARSTON. Marston. I made it to where I can actually it's easy to find me, guys. Just go over there on Twitter. So.
Oh yeah.
But you'll find me as Gunny Chief on the Twitters, man. Tweeting out stuff. I usually don't. I just put weather-related pictures and weed stuff. Where do we find you, Mayo? I changed my name so my work don't find me.
Good idea. And then you can find me as the Mayo. Well, the Mayo one pretty much everywhere. Discord, Steam, ES Network now, and on the Xbox. What you, Jesus?
Find me on everything as Jesus Walks a Lot. Jesus walks a lot. Jesus walks a lot.
All right, I think he's done. Send us out of here, Mayo. Send us out. He's done. He's toast, bro.
Jesus walks.
All right, folks, catch us next week on the next episode of the Horrible Gamers podcast.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Don't fall down, Jesus. Don't fall down.
Jesus walks a lot.